Hello, hello, hello. We fumble them. Una kushe, una kabo, una good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon who side you they get we from. Fumble them, my name na Abdul Karim Kagbo. For una way now na first time is for join the Voice of Salone network or television, VOS television. And I go encourage you to follow una share, and I want to say boku thank you to all the people in advance we get for join, and the one that we don't join we already. So again, for the people who they join for the first time, I go encourage you to follow una share, let more people in come, and una we don't use for share, una not discourage, una share, let more people in come, and you will you fostering this for come na this platform. You don't come on the right side. We they give unbiased analysis, and as we see them as Sierra Leoneans then first, before ever we think about any political party, if at all we sympathize or get interest in a specific political party. But now VOS, Voice of Salone, television, we always they put the people and the country first above all else. So Fambulem, as I can always say, are based in Canada, and the thing where they put food na me family table, me an economist. Again, this I they repeatedly say this, not to for brag. This not for just showcase, say you for proud of waiting you they do for living, as long as not something we legal, not to think we go get you in any trouble. So nothing enough for make proud of what you they do, regardless of how other people in Siam. Because I know say Salone repeatedly, I don't say na this platform, we plenty of them not even get job, but yet then go criticize people in the diaspora and say that they work, they get terrible job for clean people them and all that thing and they. But guess what? We the able from that we fruit of we labor send for them, and at the same time we the able live comfortable life, a lot more comfortable life given what they make. So fumble them dear my brothers and sisters then, particularly in the diaspora, and even the one in a Salone safe, because you get some people that were very hard working a Salone, we regardless of the fumble with their abroad, yet they go out there and make money and go sell in a market, then go get them picking them abroad or family, but yet they still strive for like they're able make ends meet. So I want to say kudos to them people in a Salone. And we in the diaspora, you where they work tough job, because to me a very tough job, but at the same time respectful one for that matter. Please proud of yourself, proud of the work we they do. They able for take care of your they help you take care of your family and let you know disgrace. So please let we proud of what they do. So Fambule don't come with another episode of politics and economics. So let we go right up to the topic, Fambulan, because again, I can always say I want for they keep this program to 2 hours, but the phone calls them, the comments them, and the love for my country can make I can exceed. But I really want not for go too far from the 2 hour mark. So we they go right up to the topics them. So fumble them. However, before I tell una waiting in store, I also want to remind una saying the phone line, because now one phone line we use, we don't waiting some people thinking say we don't decommission the other lines them, so the other lines them we don't expire them. So now only one line we now the WhatsApp now they use, and the WhatsApp number for call we right away you call right now. I will pause my analysis and take your call. So now 1-343-997-5828 1-343-997-5828. If you call that number day, you will reach me on WhatsApp live, my brothers and sisters. And we also get with VOS radio station at Salone, we in a 91.9 FM. And if you there outside of the Western area, no worry. All you need to do is just download the VOS app. Where if you go on a Google Play Store or Apple App Store and type VOS Television, you go able for download with mobile app. Where then they will give you the direct access to all VOS platform. And as a matter of fact, for people that we not download the app yet, if I look like this, and I want to say plenty thank you to Una, we don't download them already. Kudos to Una, and thank you very much for doing that. So Fambulem, we get the VOS television, we plenty time with the show games them, particularly football. We North America then call them soccer. We can show them big game them. We I believe say we the football fan them. We able appreciate them programs then they or them broadcast then they so we able show some games then live. And if you just want to listen to music we'll not they on live, you can able just click on the VOS radio icon. You're able for listen to non-stop African music. And I go encourage you now if you just want to get easy listening for learn and enjoy the day. I go encourage you now for do that. And also I want to encourage you now say we get a non-profit organization we call the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand. So Fambulem, I'd encourage you now for let una check them out because the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand, waiting with the intent for do, with the intent for help, picking them way very brilliant, but unfortunately they don't get the financial upper hand, and family do not get the financial upper hand for let them go further. So we don't take this initiative. And as a matter of fact, Lagi update right away. For the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand, the try for puts together the application. The donors the way I don't contact, they don't give me go ahead for let we accept additional candidates them. Because for now we only get one young man, we na John Sitta, and as a result of that, we don't gain some donation. And thank you so much for all the people that we don't donate for make him a success, for take care of John Sitta. However, John Sitta not to the only one we support. So we don't decide, we meaning the management, VOS, including the presenters, then we all don't decide on saying, let we reach out, let we extend the application to more for encourage more people for join. I mean for benefit. So we work on the way how the application go look like, and let we make sure say we get right. So we work on behind the scene on that, and we don't get a short list of all the candidates them. We want for, by God's grace, want for take 3 or 4. So John Sitta will be 4 or 5, but depending upon the quality of the applications, because we want application that we go able meet waiting we they look for, not to just for the sake of it, because as a matter of fact we not get deep pocket for making too general and make we very selective. And on our patient with we, but we go get there. And on our continue for support, again, I want for reach out and say shout out to all the donors them we don't contribute. I want for say plenty thank you to una all, as we truly appreciate una. So if you want for donate me fumble them, you can either go to vosdiaspora.org and click on the donate button. It will take you to the PayPal link, and then you just go by the instructions na the screen. Or better still, you can just scan the code where you see na the screen, and it will take you to Usai. You go able for proceed with your payment. So we get two ways them where you can able donate, and we're going to continue for encourage una let una do our best for let we make sure say as Sierra Leoneans them we support we picking them we them brilliant, but do not get the financial upper hand for like themselves able be part of this thing we call success. So fumble them, and again I want for really once again tell boku boku thank you to the donors them, and as of the last show, the people so far we don't contribute. As una see now the screen, we get plenty people that we don't contribute. But even though there's still they show say we get long way for go. But yeah, let we not relent, let we not pull the foot now the gas, let we continue for press hard. And this now the names them, and I want for say again boku boku thank you to now all we don't donate, and we truly appreciate on our donations, and we'll continue for update una in terms of the people who don't donate and the total amount we don't collect so far, and we una don't donate, and what we don't do with that, I will encourage you now for let una go na the website we na vosdiaspora.org for let una go see how much we don't raise and how much left, and other information then we will help una. And just for give una update, the young man we the sponsor, one program be there we then be doing a McKinney a meeting with President Bio go give them brilliant minds here certificate, and when I go see na the screen say President Bio, and again this I want to encourage all the young one them we come up from a poor family or humble background, as we go say na ya. When I see what the education can do, so because of education, we boku people them, they even get money, don't able get access for team up shoulder to shoulder with the president of Sierra Leone, when our President Bio. But this young man, because of his education, he able for team up shoulder to shoulder with the president. So then therefore encourage every Pekin where they watch this program, and parents them also for let them not discourage, let them continue for encourage them picking them for let them they concentrate in our school, and this now one of the reward we then go get. So again, let our update una before VOS take over in terms of the scholarship for John Sitta una see na una left, or I go say on our right, the right of the screen, on I go see the pan body and all that. Not to the background more I want follow we emphasize on now the young man himself. When I see the difference where be there on that VOS scholarship program, and then the one on our left, I want to go see the after. So the before VOS scholarship and after the VOS scholarship, you will see huge difference. And that they tell una the donors them and all the VOS family members, including we the presenters, for say we really continue right away we don't able see benefit from this young man. They enjoy the benefits now. So again, Fumble them I want for encouraging her for like una share this program, and let we all able for contribute. So I want for say boku thank you again to the people that we don't join already. So let we go now. Again, the phone lines they're open. I go encourage the phone line I should say. We're at the WhatsApp. I go encourage you now for let on a call the WhatsApp number, and let we take on a call. So fumble them, let us show on a talk a little bit about the topics that we want for cover. The main topic, I know say some people don't see them, but I want to take my own stab at it. So the main topic saying Sierra Leone faces 100 million legal battle. And it also say Bio under fire. The under fire is the pressure where President Bio they receive right now. And that pressure they you get several other things then we will consider say na speculation. And one of the pressures them, like this kind headline, for example, this a civil rights leader, Thomas Moore Conteh, slams Bio administration for unmet public expectations. So that's now one of the firing the things them way people they Ibampa President Bio for. And then we see this other headline. We say President Bio under scrutiny, then question mark, APC communications lead questions commitments to address drug abuse. And it make the case where I go read about that, where he say let I just post them for on the screen within Abubakar Kamara we APC whip within his say. Abubakar Kamara emphasized the contradiction in the president's statement saying President Bill condemns drugs, but see the irony. This is a country believed to be hosting one of the biggest drug lords for whom the Attorney General of Justice has communicated to us that the country has received extradition papers from the Dutch government. They believe this person is Umar Sharif, known as Jos Lidecker, and he is said to have a safe harbor here. You come to tell us no to drugs, but your country is a heaven for drug lords. So this now one of the I would say scrutiny way VOS and other media outlets, both outside of the country and within the country, don't go frustrated over President Bio in silent on this just Lidecker, where with all the big name where it get, where rumor be done they go say it don't even open drug factory, salon and all that thing and the president we not ever with all that international pressure, not ever address that issue they directly. Instead, according to waiting Abdul Karim Kamara say where he say President Bio say no to drugs, but yet somebody under him foot where allegedly in Pekin in husband because rumor be they go back say in Pekin don't married just like Decker. So this now your brother-in-law. And one moment we know very well say it get high protection na salon, and another moment you as the president you say you for campaign and the slogan for be no to drugs. So that's one of the things them way Abdul Karim Kamara way na one of I will say the spokespeople or the people and way very outspoken about this whole thing. So but again that's now the president under fire, but I will come to that a little bit more. And the other thing, if time permit, we within I want follow we talk about is I know say this not to news again, but for the fact say even the Abdul Karim Kamara will they talk about so at one point if we don't even say this not will be true for like we get new districts. So you say, oh well, now just the local minister, now he make the announcement and he talks, say, well, cabinets don't agree and stuff, but then they push further for it. So we go talk about the new districts, then and in addition to the new districts, then they fumble them. Waiting, we also want for bring to our attention, where it might it may or may not surprise you now. Now these headlines, government to separate 12 villages from existing communities in Freetown. So within this mean, it means say you get communities them now Freetown where they separate them now from that way where people are able for recognize them place them there. So I will just give now a snapshot and I will come back to it where the program don't sit on better. So this now the press release where the government put out. under the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs. So they say, within they say now, yeah, according to them, they say below are villages qualified to stand alone. And they not give the criteria, but the write-up, I will come to it back for read for now, waiting I get from the article. But here, they say potential villages. So then put the existing villages and then they put the potential. So meaning that, according to them, then place here for be a standalone place them. So the thing we're not very clear though is whose benefits self within the other so-called villages then whose benefits they get versus now if they separate them waiting logistically go mean. We need to answer that question there. But for now let we ask him and where I come back to the article I go attempt for answer the question according to what the minister say. So the potential villages them, one, Black Johnson. So they separate Black Johnson village from John Obi. So we know say Black Johnson a day under the community of John Obi. So they separate them and make Black Johnson now a community on its own. And the second one, they now 12 altogether. Number two, during Toa, then goes during town or town. Then go separate them from Kerry town. And then you get Bangkok, then they separate them from Tombo. Because Bangkok, that community they supposed for they under Tombo. But they pull them now, it will be a standalone instead of you just get Tombo and Bangkok included in Tombo. Now you will get Tombo, you get Bangkok. And then you get Yams Farm New States. So that they separate them from Yams Farm. So let us see the funny part of it. So Yams Farm New State, they be a standalone community, and then Yams Farm be a standalone community. And then Newton, they separate them from 4 Mile. On a member, people them way first time, I don't know if then they do them now, but you can come all the way Freetown, go now 4 Mile, and specifically Newton, then beach, then get fine beach and white sand and all that. So I don't know if Una don't do them, but severally I can they trip them from Freetown, where especially the Easter holiday or they kind probably New Year's holiday where the Lumley Beach can so full and the traffic and all that. So maybe they go the other end where people and they rush for gonna town, the city center, me they go na the rural part like that Newton several times. I don't go there. I really get fun like that coconut water and cassava bread. Then and they I sure say some of now go the swell up it to talk about cassava bread. But yes, Salone they complain about they poor, but guess what? We be they get like a blessed enjoyment level put and so and freedom and a lot of things them we not able for boast of now. So Newton we be supposed for the under 4 Mile, they separate them from 4 Mile. And then you get tree planting down in a community. That community they currently they under Leicester. So then go pull them from Leicester and make them a standalone. You get Kobo, where they under Ogu Farm. So Ogu Farm na the community, but that Kobo section now, it be a community on its own. So they separate them from Ogu Farm. And then you get Mabala. So they separate them from Crossing and Kodolo, sorry. They separate them from Rokel. And then you get upper and lower, they separate them from deep high water. And then you get Grassfield. They separate Grassfield now from Benguma. I don't know if I pronounce them fine, but I don't think this not to apply in Benguma. This na Benjuma. But anyway, so now correct me if I pronounce it wrong. But I know Grassfield. So Grassfield now, they be a community on its own. And in fact, Passway they see this general community and not even be recognized. A Grassfield may be recognized for the most part. And then Majetong, again, then they separate them from Bendembu. So Majetown, they be a standalone. So the question now we somebody will get for ask is, well, not don't do all this. So meaning that una get for cater, because if we look at a broad standard from Bulem, so that means then go get for cater for them place here in terms of the infrastructure and plenty other things them we a community deserving forget. So again, the same county where they struggle as is without all them divisions here, with a struggle for provide the necessary amenities for the current communities them as then they. And now we they divide them even further for waiting. My brothers and sisters, where I come back to it, I will make una see the reason we then give. And then I will left una for be the judge for decide whether or not una go una convince in terms of the reason where the government give for separate then communities here. So that's not the broader topic. But now let we give breakdown, like you know, breakdown of how I want for tackle then topics here. So again, it not going necessarily be in the sequence because I want for like a flow in a way that people can go easily for able follow up. So fumble them again. I go show una very shortly. Koidu Holdings. Then they threaten for sue the government and then get within a call arbitration process and then go do am na UK. And waiting at the reason for doing that, according to them, they say the government don't neglect. So again, the English word na breach. So they know all part of them bargain. So they don't broke part of the bargain where they link them with or to the First Lady, where according to them, they say because of the government support the First Lady action for let it trigger all the thing they will be they talk about that in the way they say, where me and one person will be really criticize the First Lady involvement in that issue day. So now they sue and for take legal action against the government. And I make a want for let we go a little bit deeper on this topic because the Koidu Holdings, that the government now they sue or they bring legal action against, and according to them, then say that action they of Fatima Bio, where to them then say it trigger unrest, meaning that the protest then say it affect them business and it cost them for money where they lost up to $100 million. And remember, $100 million. And remember, we, Mr. Mengot and lawyer Shilon, where they be tackled the president in speech to parliament, where they be open parliament. It talk about one particular mining sector, I think it was fishery, where it say for the whole year, that sector they able only generate $5 million US. A whole year. fishing sector, the revenue to the government is about 5 million. So now, one lawsuit, they say the government go responsible for 100 million US dollars. So that 5 million, if you divide the 100 million by that 5 million, so it means in the next 20 years, the money where they go, where will they get from the fishing industry in terms of revenue, it will take 20 years of another money they will use for pay or for settle this lawsuit, where the claim say then get about 100 million, they don't incur about $100 million damages. So now see the magnitude of this lawsuit. So now the question is, with First Lady, now asset or liability to that country dey? I want to think about that. Because if in action, not to any more than so, now the government and all that they responsible for that money they are the taxpayers. Because it not get for come out from the First Lady in pocket, in purse, it not get for come out, let we assume say then settle. It not get that money they will then go settle with, and not get for come out from President Bio in pocket. So now the government in coffer. And when I think about it, how much $100 million could do for improve Connaught Hospital, for improve the education system, and also for even help for make the youth them induce employment opportunity for the youths. $100 million, it go long way for Boku things them. And now, because of the First Lady in so-called, I don't know if I go use that Sampa kind of word, where it can show bet, where can buy things them. In bet now, go cost the country 100 million US dollars if they end up for settle this lawsuit. I go come back to it where I read some aspect for now. Because another question where I get relating to this is, when I remember at one point, not too long ago, the First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, he hired 11 lawyers them, say he go sue Koidu Holdings, because to him, in belief say Koidu Holdings be the BN, the journalist we pull in secret nado, or if na defamation, even though they not put am saying a defamation, but he say go sue. He hire 11 lawyers them. So me fumble them, and Boko of una be they say, oh look, get a chance. He say go address the nation on that issue and stuff. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think he don't address them in a way where una self will be they anticipate, convince, say it don't address them well as to how it connected relating to the host them na Gambia, where the journalist then publish, or where the specific journalist publish. Till now, I'm not able to get a concrete reply on the allegation there, or a own side of the story. So instead, it treat them in that social media type way. Oh, now, yeah, now they smear my name. Oh, then just do not know who that in pick in hosted, or don't go snap and say na him. With Boku evidence points say it get connection to them properties then they. Because one big example, we see where one of the place them in Peking snap severally and that host day. And he even writes on social media, he called that place there in Palace or something like that. So all that to me, even though people say, oh, well, I don't castigate him before even he say anything, but I just make him very clear. Say at that time, the thing they were see and the write-up, the photo, like how they say picture, they speak more than 1,000 words. All points to the fact, say, that lady know something about the host then they. Uno hear nothing it from that lawsuit day. If you don't drop the lawsuit, if the lawsuit still they continue and stuff. So they are beg me brothers and sisters, una we get access to una ask and say it be promise say it go address that host issue. And also now ask waiting at the update with respect to in team of 11 lawyers that we put together and say it go sue Koidu Holdings. So now waiting the Englishman and say the chicken don't come for roost. Koidu Holdings they now don't threaten a lawsuit where go be upward of 100 million, because then they talk about the damages, and if you add up the legal fees and all that thing in there, guess what, the salon people and they're on the hook. So I go read for the lawsuit and waiting a prominent journalist when Thomas Dixon waiting in say about it. And in addition to that, then get the former employees them then self put out a public notice or public statement. I will try for read and for now as well. We all try for make a sense of it. So the other thing where they make round na social media. The reason we make I bring this because normally I can left and for the other program we in a social media review. But the reason we make her bring this now for let we go able look into that question whether or not Madam First Lady now an asset or a liability. Not to Emmanuel, but because again, I don't know what's in the go on at the bedroom. But to the people of Sierra Leone, if now asset or liability. So then they prompt me for look at this headline. So this headline say President Julius Maada Bio's recent travels without wife sparks concern. So again, a coincidence or now after where maybe the president thinks say if na juju don't want be they use panan the juju don't less so it don't done. So now he don't shake it, he don't kind of get himself together now. And now we realize say this woman a liability instead of asset. We make now few trips then they where it don't go without them. So now people are concerned because we see say highly likely President Bio not be happy the way how we have display that time we it be deliver the speech in a parliament. And now with all the Koidu Holdings kind of issue and all that, and that way we it go at SLPP Agbagba them, we without no doubt, then people and they then do so much for make a man get this position. And now we want flip him like I remember one of the thing we be say last Thursday, we by the way I want for say plenty to Auntie Kadi we be join me on the program last Thursday. We play a video of in the First Lady Fatima Bio where they talk about the issue. It make an open one, say Prince Harding, they go after the hand where they feed them. Again, we all know what in they mean. So whose time President Bio begin feed Prince Harding? Where we all know say President Bio be broke. So now where it come to this position, it begin get access to the money where they play with so in a corrupt way, I should say. Because get no business for even touch salon money. It's supposed for go na the proper channel. In for just be an employee or leader where they give directives. But for like directly they handle money fitty fatter like nine personal money, because I understand say not to just him but the previous presidents them, President Kuruma and possibly President Tijan Kaba, then they ask directly for money from the central bank, the Bank of Salone. Because in fact, something now the news, it be clear saying after we then left, the former First Lady, we na Siakoma, then say he be even get money for pay the central bank from loan. And the Nobi gets no business for even take loan directly from the central bank, because not to the central bank in responsibility that for give them loan directly. If they want to get loan, then for go a commercial bank as any other person. But no, then bypass the proper process and go take loan directly from a central bank. We're not supposed to be the primary responsibility of a central bank for give personal loans. So again, that's the show how much them people are, they take Sierra Leoneans them for granted, and also they take that country they like saying that in personal property. So I go come back to this, but I just want to throw them out there for make we therefore put the puzzle together if President Bill indeed they wake up somehow and say, you know what, this lady is sort of be a liability than an asset. So I go left and behind, except in a ceremonial event where, as a matter of fact, that it be supposed for be. And I'll be get no business for actively involved in the political process of that country. For Sidom as a government official. No. And I'll get no business for do that because he's not a government official. And now Salone they can pay heavy fine because of, I don't know if I for call them ambition or whatever on I call them. But to me, I feel say, again, I go left and let una answer that question. If Fatima Bio now asset to the country or a liability to Sierra Leone, given that right now 100 million lawsuit, he hang a Salone neck. So the other thing where I go on for talk about fumble them, again, if time permits though, that point where the civil rights leader Thomas Moore make, a put for the most part, a link with the current situation of SL with the Ghana SLPP. In this headline, civil rights activist Thomas Moore Conteh warns of SLPP internal conflicts threatening Sierra Leone's development. Again, when you read them for the first time, you go be tempted and say, am I supposed to forbid the internal affairs? If SLPP, then they get issue among each other. So how do they for affect the country in development? When you watch this headline at a glance. But me fumble them, the ruling party, it gets so much influence in terms of the policy of that country there. So the argument where Thomas Moore Conteh they make, saying if investors them see say within the presidenting party, we get so much influence in terms of policies, they not get their acts then together, it go make people scared. As a matter of fact, they interview them na Liberty online. So again, I'll for tell them plenty thank you. Where I come back to that story there, I go play that for now. Let una get for sand from Thomas Conteh. Let una get understand waiting na the easy way make in think say the country in development they are at risk because of the way how SLPP then so divided. So that's going to be one of the topics then. And I don't talk about this major local government shakeups, the 12 villages set for separation in Freetown, and the 2 new districts, the official announcement. They will make an announcement, but this one, it's like almost done certain. So then we'll proceed with it. So this headline. So the districts them in yellow, and they are districts that were created under an Kuruma. And this they tell we, they remind we of, again, them politicians here. So now the question is, where Ernest Koroma had then 2 districts then they, whose way improve the lives of them people then they. So he had Karine and then he had Falaba. So when you look now and ask yourself, whose improvement? Because one situation be there at one point where na Falaba, if I remember correctly, somebody, a woman, be they struggle for born. They not be even get vehicle and put them na amok. And the government hospital where they can go to, na the one inside Koinadugu, when a Kabbalah. Just imagine. So Falaba, una don't declare them as districts. And yet, una not get good enough government hospital there, where for able to treat that kind of case where the woman be get. They use amok, waka with a woman from Falaba all the way to Kabbalah. So that for tell una, for ask una the question. Yes, President Koroma getting way for maybe get some additional advantage in terms of the seat or whatever it is in the parliament, but in terms of the people of Falaba and Koinadugu, waiting at the benefit. So now the similar questions we need for ask now. Where did they try for do something similar? So me fambulem, according to this, the 2 new districts them, one will be Panguma and the other one Bandajuma. So when you look, the districts then where they be there under, I think Kenema and Pujao. So you ask, waiting for warrant this? Una don't able provide enough for the people of the existing districts? Or una get any specific barrier where they prevent people and forget services? So una need for, like how Trump be talk of Canada, where in a different, but I just want for make light of this. I just want for reference. Where so una just take ruler. So una just decide for, on paper, una draw a different map and say, okay, well, they pull this town and then turn into districts. So una decide that. And yet, una not fully tell people them waiting will be the benefit of doing that. Instead, una talk about, as usual, service delivery. So whose barrier una they get? Where if una do that, it go eliminate the barrier we una currently they get. I sure say Baku people and go ask the same question. So dear the people that we understand, we know the answers to their questions here. Are they big una help we for fair answers? But clearly for me, not completely clear. So I go talk more on that. I go read for una the article and let una go get better understanding. And the other thing also where I want to bring to our attention is something interesting they go on. Now, a member of parliament for Pujong, they make the case, and to them, they make the case for peer proportional representation system. But I want to bring them to an attention and look at an argument, and then I will come with my conclusion on that. But if time permits me, brothers and sisters, I really want for throw a little bit of light, let people there understand this PR, this proportional representation system. Because it look like, say, they fool people them the last time. And like how I think Bob Marley and I say that, see, you can fool some people sometimes, but you don't go fool all the people all the time. So now get away with it the last time because people will not be able to understand. But the reason now we una they continue for push and make a weak argument, in my opinion, for let people and support the proportional representation system. The thing una we talk about, una say, okay, well, we go get more parties than a parliament. That's now one of the major selling point. But what didn't happen? Under the first past the post, where una they say, inclusive, we began 4 political parties. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that 2018 parliament, after the parliament, after the 2018 elections, we beget independents, I believe 2 independent members them of parliament. And we beget 4 political parties. We beget the SLPP, the APC, the NGC, and C4C. And we're talking and with the independents. And we're talking point saying that go even better because it will give more smaller parties them opportunity for let them be part of the decision-making process, the policy-making process. But we think happen. We think una promise people them, una do several malpredi, if I can quote the infamous, corrupt former parliamentary clerk, the clerk of parliament. And sadly enough, to me, this again, shamefully, to me, dissatisfaction. A whole political party will believe in fighting corruption. We that man during a campaign for that position of Secretary General, the point we make, an argument as to why it thinks if will be Secretary General of SLPP, now for let go rig the election. Because he even brag, say the last time, he know the manipulation we do. He gets the English word we call malpredi. For like SLPP get the majority, where the people will not be vote for them, for be the head of the parliament. He boast, he brag, and he make that as a strong argument why therefore allow him for be the Secretary General of SLPP. And indeed, he don't be now the Secretary General of SLPP. So una tell me, with somebody like that, and then with all waiting una don't do, the UQ una don't do, with respect to the so-called proportional representation system, and yet una continue for the go around and making the case saying a better pass that one way we will get more diverse parliament. So maybe on paper, in theory, that might be true. But the fact of the matter is, the example owner show a completely different from the arguments they want to make. And people don't use this one owner do so as what we will call empirical evidence, because owner don't do them. Then he will point to it, like how I point to them so, saying the first stab owner get at this proportional representation where for relax people in fear, una fail awfully. And then if we even tell una say, probably Salone not ripe it, una not gets the political will for like we will enjoy within other countries, then particularly in Europe, they enjoy in terms of proportional representation. I will talk a little bit more on that. And especially where now, not only the legislative arm, we're in a parliament, then go extend them to the executive. And how it will happen in practical terms, then themselves I don't believe say they know. So it's like where somebody they throw away, they send poto on a wall and say, Lord, send as much poto on the wall and see which one they stick. In my opinion, it's like saying that that's the NEPA. They're all over the place. They assume, they guess, like try and error. With all the 7 years where President Bio done did it, and with all the bookman them we didn't get, they make Salone, they suffer from try and error. To me, I go say that's a disgrace. For let we still they go through a try and error kind of situation in that country there. But what thing I go do where I reach to that proportional representation system there, I want for show una the countries them now Europe where again, for example, that terrible Alpha Khan where it talk about saying, oh now Europe and all that. Give example to Iceland. I go show una the young proportional representation system and let una be the judge if indeed Salone go there any place near forget something like that. And by the way, Salone they make like say now Europe you get plenty countries them we get a formal system we considered proportional representation system. And the answer to that, it's from the research I do, only 2 countries, advanced countries in Europe, who considered, say, a formal setting. And in fact, as a matter of fact, not only Switzerland, because even Belgium, you forget coalition agreement. So for say ahead of time, then get a constitutional requirement for do that. Now, one green country from the research we do, we get that, and that's not Switzerland. We then get what they call federal council seats. We then distribute among the parties them, and roughly based on them proportion in parliament. And they even quote them as the magic formula. And they don't get that since 1959. Only Switzerland. Just like Belgium, now under coalition agreement. So we they put the cat before the horse. So we not go through elections. We not know the dynamics of the majority, nothing like that. We say, oh, well, let we go into proportional representation at the executive level. But yet, don't able for GUI with especially the sort of mix-up government system we get. We get in between within people and go call parliamentary system and then presidential system. So that hybrid day, we want put through additional complexity into that hybrid arrangement day. And where we not get, maybe I will say, sometime we get the intellectual capacity, but clearly we not get the political will. Because I don't want to disrespect anybody in terms of the level of intelligence, but I know say you get boku people, both inside SLPP and inside APC, we're very intelligent. But the fact of the matter is the political will, the selfishness, no will give them chance for they implement close, for come remotely close to waiting with a scene some countries in Europe, we create that stability we did they look for. So we get a call. Let me take this call and I will come right back. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and inside the call we from, please. Hello. I don't know. We need to get you. Tie back.
Hello, VS Mina.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get you now, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I recall concern about then citizen within them village or towns they wouldn't divide because if we see in Belgium we get similar something like that. Because the city where they live is stronger. The political parties there they may decide say they want to divide them. I mean they want to add them or to follow them economically strong. Like whether they go for paperwork or let they need for make them some other office, government office for one, and also for do some certain development there. So the two cities they get for go to elections. For them decide if what is you say first, and send letters there. Our mailbox to say we get for elections. Or say if we agree to this idea. Because Nazis never live in that situation, not the politicians. Then we go into elections, and then the people agree, let the two citizens come together. Now the two citizens are Tongalan, Brooklyn, that's what they call the name. They don't change them, but today then be Tongalan, they are Brooklyn. But then they did that for them strong, not for dividing. Because the more they divide, now students is weak. So at that point, my attack for that to follow yeah, we should have very same experience, but the way they do it, and like completely different from here. The background is about.
Well, thank you very, very much. As a matter of fact, I'm a Fambulem. This we brought on one of the generous donors them for that program, and thank you so much, Brother Salkaba. And it don't contribute immensely. And as a matter of fact, na enact chest for the we young man launch for 1 year. It don't give the payment prepaid for 1 year. So one for tell Boku Tenki. And the other good thing also, it live in Belgium. So it no for sand. Just as the express and one for tell Boku Tenki for we share that great information they with we. As to the main advantage, yes.
It is.
Yeah, and that point where you talk saying that the people them, not the government just sit on no more, then go into election, people then decide, yes. And we now then they make up stuff and shove on our people in throat. No. Even before election, they want for make all that manipulation day. So we election time can now everything go down in place and all that.
But thank you. You're not getting right because now two generation they will live in with. And yes. The other generation they for ask questions. How they do that? Exactly. And then the country will be stable. The most important thing for ask the people concerned. If that is a good idea, let them vote with them. If the people accept, and then it's okay. But when I go decide, like say, people and just watch when I do that thing there, when the people and get power, they say democrats and people get the power.
Yeah.
But the way one democrats will do, I'm like a dictatorship, like and we're not good for the country, the good of the country, honestly. Anybody who supports then kind government, the way they do things, definitely great manifested error. Country not go forward like how other they do. If you say they copy from civilization, this is not the way. It's the wrong way.
Absolutely, and thank you so much again for your take on that. And please, please, Brother Sal, continue for stay with we. And if side them way maybe. My research no gets right, please feel free for call and make the correction. Yeah?
For sure.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Okay. So Fambulem Asunayeri, I'm from one of our brothers, and we live in Belgium currently, and like I say, Belgium then get that on a coalition. And as a matter of fact, where I come to that topic the proper, I will bring them to an attention. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello caller, waiting your name and inside the call phone, please. Hello caller, you get we?
Hello?
Yes, okay, we get you now.
Hello?
Yes, you get we?
Yes, Mr. Kagbo, how are you, sir?
I did do well, bro.
It's not Alusana, they call from Maryland. I just want to make small contribution. I they ask questions, say, if the first lady in an asset or not to asset.
Yes, I just threw them out there, but you can take a stab at it. Thank you so much, bro.
I just want to contribute, say, according to me, based on my opinion, that an asset to the country.
Okay.
Because since this election done, that put on the funny way. That will happen in a parliament will not be called for. They don't declare, say, Europa politics. We're very good for women them. That country they are the suspecting that the threats that one day we don't do now under the country for women them. Because that disrespect wouldn't disrespect that woman at parliament. If not the British system we copy from, the king and the queen would open parliament in Britain, would open parliament in Canada, Australia. Because they do see the one day with the open parliament. They give them the utmost respect. Now I make whether they give them whether they read with the government policies itself, the achievement and the plan we then get, that the king now they read down. Forget decorum that the parliament, under the House of Commons. But they wouldn't behave so that particularly they uncalled for. Because although in a presidential system right now, but now the king and the queen, that the British parliament system now would still use. Although now some sort of cocktail between the presidential and the American system everything they call and the British system. But the American system is different in the sense that Donald Trump or any president not the open parliament at all. They don't open the Congress. The Congress, that the clerk they open them, don't they elect the speaker. The only time the president is speaking, I would say the State of the Union address. And that State of the Union address, I don't care whose problem with the country, they should see they unite. State of the Union is strong. They respect any president, they respect the wife. At the same thing, they're supposed to do a parliament of Salone, because the dignity, they respect the president. Because of the British Commonwealth, so we're not the them, we're not president, and I make the president and the wife that they represent the king and the queen right now, basically. So therefore, respect that particular day for sure, say the country unite, despite all the problem with it. Then after the king and the queen don't left now, then the parliament, the opposition and the leading ruling party, then for debate now. If they all apart themselves, they all apart. But with the president day sorry, with the king and the queen day inside parliament, we're not going for respect them too, and mostly that then two they can serve together. And then two they enter. For avoid any for sure any crack in the country, for avoid any crack in the country. The country is strong and unite. So I think say they intimidate, that woman they intimidated because they want people it want stand election in our country. That's what we believe. That number two. When we take over the blessing I don't see, that electoral commission, electoral justice like we belong to that country. From that incident to the woman, we didn't come. Today, nothing that that talk they don't done first. From 2020 they talk about electoral justice. From that woman I know wipe them out. The way they say put it. Well, right now, you know they can't be
explain to people how a wipe like waiting on your own.
What I mean, they talk but that woman, you don't talk what they talk now. For a presidency of waiting they call it, don't pass the electoral justice, then they don't wipe out first for now. All my talk about Fatima Bio, not talk Samuel Kamara. That's on news, not a part of the news again. Okay. They say for apologize because he put a phone. If anybody wouldn't fit like that one day, now slap on her face. If that woman decide for slap back, if they're going to court self, that way we assault the first person we assault that person, they ain't supposed to apologize to them. They ain't supposed to apologize to them because they degrade the whole country. And not only they degrade, the parliament they degrade because in our house one day, all the representatives they represent the country. Now we send the one. But the man themselves will go to the parliament. Look the other thing happen. APC not going to parliament. We don't elect them. People that elect them, so want to go. They're not distributing the president where they not go. They not show up in the parliament. They all sit on back. Then grab that back. Then go give them money back. Then go pay them for this because they're not going to pay them until the bargain. So who's disrespect do we pass that one day? Now they say Fatima Bio because he put etc. because not him for the man. By right, they're too supposed to enter the parliament. By right.
Okay.
They can't understand where they go the parliament.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, time done. But I really love your analysis. I just want for again, this is not an argument. I just want for make clarification.
Yes, sir.
That thing where you say that instance where you say the president and his wife na representative of the queen and king na Salone, that's not true. We don't gain independence, and we don't get the representative of the king and queen for be governor general, like in Canada. We don't go governor general. We don't come up from that system there. So now we get president. So
but sorry for say that, sir, but Prince Charles will be the parliament recently. We see Donald Trump will make
who's parliament?
On a parliament.
When I make us say Canada, we still observe them.
When the prime minister we go. We get
them.
Prince Charles time you go to a parliament recently.
No, wait.
It will be the 51st. Canada will be the 51st state in America.
Okay, yes, you're right, but they make the point saying, unlike Canada, we get a representative of the king in this case. We name Governor General, so we recognize that.
Yes.
So we technically still under that
the ceremonial opening of the parliament, sir.
Salone don't come off from that system they long since.
When I represent the president and the West, I represent the king and the queen.
No, it's wrong. We don't get that system there again.
With the respect to get a president.
Anyway, you know what? To be honest with you, now that's in fact the problem. Because we not fully understand the hybrid model of the system where they operate in a Salone. So we do a lot of guessing where it suit we. We say, oh well, we follow the presidential system.
Only one day. We're not going to respect the presidency inside one day.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is
politics inside later, just for that one day. Come in, what you know do Lady Diana? They hate them, but they respect them.
Okay, wait I go. Okay, Brother Alusain, I just want make the facts right. We, for the most part, we get president decide them whether they represent the king, na prime minister then get, and then the king be head of state. We don't get that na Salone. We head of state, na president. So in that regard, now presidential system we they use.
You're 100% correct, sir. You forget. You don't same path. I say you're 100% correct.
So
I think we by the same path.
Yes. So that queen, as a matter of fact, if we they lean on the presidential system of government, the First Lady gets no right constitutionally, they nowhere. Say if a day na that chamber day side by side with a man, it's supposed to be a spectator.
Really?
So yes, if I be a spectator, because
why then? Mr. Carbon, what would they write that constitution, the 1991 constitution? Check don't change from the British system or the parliamentary system to presidential system. We will get the republic. because the Republican system we get now. What did they replace the king and the queen as the president and wife?
No. Go.
That's the same thing in America.
Go through the Constitution. Nowhere, no there where they, in fact, refer to the First Lady. And not get no official role. Now the Constitution.
Sir, now the only woman and this. With the guy
Anyway,
let me
not argue. Do you homework? Do you homework?
The speaker and wife not get the speaker and wife not get right for sit down there. The vice president wife not sit down there. The only woman who them put under for represent that Sunday for open house, the opening of parliament. The president and wife only for present.
Who side in the Constitution?
The only woman.
Who side in the Constitution?
Otherwise, they for them. Because they represent.
No, now make I tell you say now the problem that with Salone, the president then they do something we're not in the Constitution, really? And that's now we they struggle with. So
when that moment say because Fatima you don't be first lady now, you know fit consider under because they don't let them.
I know why we make this about Fatima Bio. I want to make them about the position.
Now the CMB want to let them respect. That's it. Anybody who student that seat, they for respect the parliamentarian and oppose, they for respect that seat. That seat day, that moment day, that one day for a year.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
364 days. 364 days, 8 times. But that one day, let everybody respect that woman day. Yeah, man. That name is Sitta.
Well,
that one day alone.
Okay, one thing we may go say, thank you so much for we call. We now label the point. Sir. We get for move on. But call me back if you disagree with me assertion, okay?
No problem.
And this is just for correct. And again, if I'm wrong, you do your research. Please correct me. Let me take.
Don't do the research saying that the king and the queen responsible for open parliament. No. We not Republican system we get now. After that, before the Republican system that they be doing.
Let me take another call.
But they still get governor.
VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
Yeah, this is not Concern Sierra Leone. They call from the US.
Hello, Concern Sierra Leone, and thank you very much for we call. And what you take on the program tonight, sir?
Mr. Kagbo, me take now the program is that you rightfully said where you say it's all the battle with now guessing like where we only guess. Anyway, by the way, I'll be somehow busy, so I come a little bit late. Even though I start, but I'll be there for left and do something, but come and meet the call again. I meet this last caller. But I'm glad the way you put on to run straight say. Salone is sovereignty state. One thing I not understand about we country, when it come into, something where we need, we always want for they make requests. But when it come for let them they do certain things the way they favor then the politicians, the more especially when it come into them criminal acts and then they say, oh, Salone, we na sovereignty state. We they make we own decision and all that stuff then they. You know what I mean? So the first lady by himself goes sit down na that seat. Then I very, very high respect them give we not even deserve self just like what you say. You know what I mean? That man they not vote for him. It just happened say no more a fortunate married to the president. So because of the respect where they get for the president, make you see then they enjoy all them facilities. Yes, the way they're not even supposed for they don't get no business when they come into governance. The power where they give them people and then they use back again for they destroy that nation. Look at how many people they don't lose job now. Koidu Limited because of the decision of the First Lady. Where the First Lady not get no business into that. We get government officials them. We get the Minister of Mines, Minister of Labor and all that stuff. Then they when are people and no one and they wait for the involve into government activity. The First Lady not get no business for the push. They take such kind of decision. But let God help we country, make an all light telling me, brother, a very, very tough. People always, they when something the very thing where then they use against people, and very decision where then they make against other people, where then they celebrate, oh, we not get a part of the constitution. No. Where it happen to them now, then they try back again for look at them in the other way. You see, this dishonesty they affect we back again at that country. We're not honest to ourselves. But all that thing they happen because of the power where the president get too much power, to a point now, the first lady, they feel to say, the same power where a man gets, now that same power they himself forgets. Now if you look at the behavior of the first lady, he even get power past the chief minister. To a point, they refer to the ministers, some of the government officials, to dog as a first lady. Then people and they come. And not say the behavior of the parliamentarians there was very, very bad towards her. But again, along with parliament, then get them chanting and all that stuff. Then they sing against the former president and all that stuff. Then even the man self, then they call her Mola in a parliament where they say certain things that were not true. So if you go, then go sing, and that song they not so that state opening, that song they begin from the convention. Now that song they start, it's even dance to them. I don't understand the hypocrisy too much. Now I make it see with the suffer. So we're not honest to ourselves, But I like God bless you, Mr. Kagbo, but salon business, bro, it can frustrate you sometimes.
Indeed. Thank you very much, bro, and thank you for your submission. And please, if I say anything where you need for correct or Rob Motba, feel free for call me back. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
May God bless.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. God bless you too.
Yeah. So again, I want to say boku thank you to this caller and the previous one, Alusain, a very smart man. But I can always like for set the record state as it's supposed to be with responsibility, particularly people that we get for watch the program. Na Salone, we not get that high level of education. So let's just make it quick. Salone not under the British any longer. We can be partner in certain development activities, and like how this last caller say, Salone a sovereign state. We system, we not recognize the monarchy. If yes, with respect, we want the king take some some events for them, the parliament, then they will be respect, but at a request. They go request them or at we invitation. But another day, no sign. Now we constitution saying we get a king, or neither a representative of the king, or previously the queen. So the president are the head of state. Canada, we get the head of state being the king. And because in Obesia, then get a representative of the king, we call Governor General. Let me take a call, because I don't promise say we will allow calls them for CAM VOS network. Hello, caller, waiting on your name and inside the call with phone, please. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Call from Ohio.
Thank you so much, bro. Go ahead, please, with your comment.
I just want for kind of like touch base on waiting Alusain did they talk about. I think what me understand from her is in the figurative expression, respect. Nine, the man be the try for talk. Give full respect. Who say respect you? The first lady, there was no conditionality. She was disrespected in the parliament. Everybody has acknowledged that. Within, I think I'll side they try for. Well, me understand from your expression is that respect way they be the queen and the king figuratively, that respect, context of respect, should be honored to the president and the first lady. Even now, US here, they respect the president and the first lady. That's what the context me understand from. Now, all this misconception about presidential and parliamentary, you go have it. You go explain that. But me context of respect is what me understand from that. Now, what more make a call is, I want to state a fact on this podium. PR is a law in the Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1991 Constitution. It will forever be law in that country. That one is a fact. Now, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommended for adopt PR system as part of governance and electoral process na Salone. By Roma did not include that in the white paper. Nobody took that serious. I think what me thinks President Bio is trying to do is review all those gaps where presidents in the past was ignoring for their own political gains, for just malign or deteriorate the progressive development of the country. PR overall is progressive. Now, the type of PR, the type of PR where the country they choose for take, they up to the country and how they tailor one to their own country. That's a fact. So whether people don't want to hear about PR in Salone, it's a law. Now, the recommendation will come from the this whole peace commission where they come up to, they choose for make the nation pick one single electoral process where the country go adopt for a long time. I think the government is trying to push the PR as the best option. But it's already a part of the Constitution. It cannot be changed until it go to referendum. PR is in there. So the type of PR where we need for adopt permanently, I think now the government is pushing for. I don't think say it's an option that it's not a law. It's a law. So we won't forget that clear. The idea that the government is pushing and pushing at the throat of the people, them, that's a lie. We cannot be cherry picking, waiting. We feel one can't talk at this place as if the government is speaking something for pushing at the people then throat. This PR is a fact. It's a law. Now, the type of PR where they mix that 10%, 11%, if they recruit some to tell to the nation, I may believe say now the discussion that they go for. Now, leading to the presidency, PR, that's all a suggestion. And that may go just say on this.
And thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you very, very much. And the way how you understand the first caller in terms of respect, now that same way so myself understand them. But the side where I want to give clarity, not too figuratively. Agelo take one call. VOS network. Hello caller, waiting in your name. Side the call from, please.
Mr. Kabuna, I'll sign again.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I want to clarify one thing. Let me make it clear. The
Sure.
order they talk say the president and wife, they play the role of the king and the queen now in the Salone. Now ceremonial. The president, they're not appointed, they're not voted for be member of parliament. Same thing to the king of England, or the king, or the prime minister of you get the representative of parliament, or House of Commons.
No, the Constitution. No, the Constitution. Just
Yes, sir.
hold on. Like clarify as they go. The Constitution of Salone, it make it clear. Say the president technically now a member of parliament. Now make way it in a parliament in the be the head of parliament. Weirdly enough. The
Ceremonially.
speaker,
For a ceremony, for the opening and
not to
closing.
ceremonially. No, not to ceremonially, constitutionally.
Mr.
I
Kagbo,
make you get the power for I make you get the power.
Do you research, sir? Do you research a little bit?
Not to ceremonial, my brother.
Okay.
Where the president then at the chamber, the speaker
Yes.
tentatively is seized for be the head of parliament. Now make
That's
the
correct.
president, yes.
That's
Now make
correct.
Now make
Correct.
the president get right for call them from whether on a vacation or something like that. It get that much power. So in a technical sense, just like in the United States, where the vice president, now technically now a member of the Senate,
Yes.
the only thing no more, it go only vote now the Senate for tie the vote, for break the tie.
Yes.
So now the similar way, the president of Salone be now the parliament of the country. So
Yes.
not to ceremonially, constitutionally, now quote and unquote member of parliament. So go ahead. I just want to clarify that.
Okay.
So unlike Canada, for example, where you did reference, the representative, like even England, the king, not elected member.
That's correct.
In a ceremonial head of state. Again, I don't go too technical with that. They're not elect him. A kind of like a dede. So now that make most times the prime minister they call him head of government because then they run the day-to-day affair of the country.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please. I just want to make the two different.
But now one of the things that the way the revolution take place in America, because they don't want king and queen. They replace that king and queen. They replace that king and queen with president and first lady.
Yes.
Same thing as
No, not say with first lady. Not say with first lady, with president.
Okay, the president. You go ahead.
Yes.
If you marry down
the
first lady.
First lady, they not get no governmental position.
Like right now, you know the see Prince Charles, you know, see Kamala Pakaboro. You know, when they see Queen Elizabeth, you know, see man.
Because now monarch.
Because the ceremony, okay, the same thing as president, sir. You know, matter, the ceremonial head, the president where they go to parliament, the ceremony they go from opening and closing. They go there on purpose. You know, they go for a good debate. You know, they debate. Same as the House of Commons, that the two parties they debate. Where the king don't open the parliament, where you don't read the current government, where you don't read all the policies, because I need to read them. Let them get complete quietness. Let them only in one accord. We don't read and done. Evacuate the parliament. Then after that they go debate. I did debate the canal. The Commons, the House of Commons, that they go begin debunk some of the policies of the government that the opposition. Same thing to America is different, because president will be parliament, then will be Congress. Now the clerk of they conduct the election, though they elect the speaker, president they cancel for the opening. No, they can't waiting for the same thing to you said you're 100% right. The president they go serve na the Senate, and the vice president they go there according to the constitution. Now you could always be the tiebreaker. But Sierra Leone, that ceremonial opening and closing, where the king be they do, na Sierra Leone, who were under the British system before we get the presidential system. Now the president and the West, now the president now not say president because if you might be president, I ain't gonna take the same, I ain't gonna take the position of the queen. If na man, I ain't gonna take the position of the king. But definitely if they married, now then too they come. So that respect to them, whether they get that king and queen, they're supposed to give president viewing well. Whether you like it or not, that's here. The here whether they sit down. I think for respect. For that one day, not supposed to, they will cost them after that 364 days. It didn't cost the whole can cost the ones. Which my cost they come out now around the one. No problem. They tell the woman say the forcing this, that's fine. But that one day, we enter parliament, they forget that respect. For sure, say the country unite, not especially as a diplomat and they. Now we all representation that the country they. Any constituency get one representative. Now one they go represent. That foolishness, APC says that they never for join SLB for that nonsense. They forget about the pray. For sure, say, you know what, if you not defeat this woman, we're not going to defeat her because of First Lady. They will be shame on us for the one where the mommy say plot for put left behind the back, the public. For pulling dignity pan, because not number of feet on a man. And if Salomon the who service, Salomon is in a foreigner. Salomon respect foreigner. Would they dance any kind of music like this wall? As you know, master, we know they pick and choose. We respect, especially we married foreign number, would they respect them, would they put her up? The woman, this is how we President Bio, the Southeast, they put woman up, they cost, the cost, mommy cost if I say if it's a woman a public. They do harm. Unbelievable. We're not for glad. We like our about that particular one day when a ceremonial day when we House of Parliament, one of the most respected house in the country. We're not for reduce them to that level, especially with diplomats and the all man the water the one all. Shame on Sierra Leone. Shame on we know we don't want to Fatima Bio this woman or a president, Iman Sef, let God bless them. I'm your contribution this hour.
And thank you very, very much, Brother Lusain. And I just want to make them very clear to people that really listen. Last Thursday, we make them very clear, saying it's shameful on the part of we Parliament, not to just the First Lady, but any person and woman for that matter, for like they kind of heck. Like make that kind thing they will be condemned that to the core. And they say, okay, because now then force, so the First Lady in reaction a warranted because they don't do that. And they talk about the king and the queen, say that they do forget decorum, like let them get utmost attention. No, it don't necessarily mean the king or queen. That host day, it's just like in a court, where they say court rise a day in session. They say court rise for the judge or the magistrate, and then say court day in session. You for maintain quietness. So it don't necessarily mean say again for be king or queen for like you gain that quietness day. No, that day na serious chamber, na serious place, the house of the people. So 100% I agree say it be disrespectful. And if you be watch last week program, we make it clear say it be disrespectful. But we position here now for make people understand. For we don't able for do some research and explain to people how the system they work. Again, I dey challenge anybody a quick for go na Google and type Salone Constitution 1991 and then search for First Lady. That name they not there na the Constitution. Nowhere the no reference First Lady. So not to office were established by the Constitution. So under no circumstance you go say they make the Constitution make a reservation for like it go sit down with a man side by side for open parliament or any of them sorts then they. Again, as I say, we leaders them either deliberately or otherwise. Did they mix up the implementation or the execution of we system? Where it suits them, they emphasize on parliament presidential system. Where so suits them, then go to the parliamentary form of governance system. And then they cause some of them tear they see so repeatedly. Because again, the example of the United States, where we get president, and in that regard, we executive, it align very closely to that of the United States presidential system of governance. So in that regard, you get the vice president, you get the president, and the first lady. You don't see the speaker of the house visible when I suppose for be now you own chamber that Mr. Shilombe talk about that. If we dey talk about co-equal branch of government or governance, you get the executive, we're headed by the president. You get the legislature, when a parliament is supposed to be headed by the speaker of parliament. And then you get the judiciary, when at the court system, where for be headed by the chief justice. So now so them branches then they supposed to follow. So if, let's say, you can amios, me the papa na the host, and I give you chance for talk, and then you don't even make us sit down at the high table. It really right? We all know say we African setting also say it for be. The posture of the host is supposed to be part of the high table. Then in a simple logic. So the speaker of the house supposed to occupy the other seat. Fatima Bio not get no business for sidom near the president na that event day. The same thing again to Siakoma and all the one them before. So now make us say where people and they focus on Fatima Bio, they miss the point. Now make most times making try for go to the position itself. So if Fatima Bio commode, the other person where they come, let people understand say, then just they do things the way where they feel say it suits them. But in all rhyme with the expectation of a presidential system of governance. Because as a matter of fact, where you put the president, where now the head of the executive, and say when come na parliament, ceremonially, in automatically be the head of parliament, and then the speaker of parliament, it go cease for be speaker at that point. Ebo, so automatically you don't give the president an edge. So it not be again co-equal with the president. Because you don't show say the president get power pass him, even na your host when a parliament. And that's wrong. So I know say yes, APC then so messed up this constitution where they write, them cherry pick things them where go give the president so much power. But that's an argument for another day. But in terms of the first lady in position, they nowhere in the constitution say the first lady for be present. Like in presence for they self. Na visitor, na spectator. It's supposed for them at the gallery. And itself they say, oh, na Salone na the only country where they separate the president from in WEF, where they open parliament. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. You man na president, not a king, where you go say na monarch. No, na president. So the presidential system, in that case, because he represents the presidential system of governance, whereas we parliament represent the parliamentary system of governance, when at the Westminster, when at the British system, then you go make the argument. But in this case, with the president, no, you for be, what do they go there for? And look, sadly enough, even at the Security Council, you did there, where na government officials them supposed for there. We don't see in a cabinet meeting, you did there, where all them place them there. Constitutionally, you're not supposed for there. Because as a matter of fact, again, I want to stretch a little bit. You're not supposed for be seen or known openly for know the secrecy of the country. like the secret of the country, where the president there with a foreign minister, like in the case of the UN, a day with a foreign minister, a day with the UN representative, you know for day, because anything where they talk supposed for be confidential within the government. If you man tell you now in a bedroom, that's up to them. But you know for be seen, for know the secret of the country. Because you're not a government official. You don't get no government. You said we don't talk them at one point. So you're not a government official. So you don't go say at one point you're not a government official because you don't want to let people and come at you. Then another point, you say, oh, na salon no more. No, they allow the first lady for the near a man, they move them aside. No, you know they get them both ways, madam. If you're not a governmental official, you don't get no business for they na them place them they with the man where they do in this now official duty, then governmental duty. If we begin look like where dignities then they come, you they right there. No, you're not supposed for day. Like who said the deliberators, you're not for day. If for day na side where maybe they want to do refreshment and stuff like that, photo up and all that. That's not the ceremonial role where you're supposed for play. And this not just because you're a woman. Oh. If you be president, the man where they be first gentleman, now that same role they not supposed for the way they deliberate government matters. If for only come where ceremonially, like for come, greet people them and all that stuff, then they, but also serious discussion they take place, you're not supposed for day. A spouse, not supposed for day at all. So again, I don't want to go too deep into this, but I just want to make the record clear. Saying Salone, and as some of them things that we they go through, the implementation of things them. And sadly enough, with judiciary, we're supposed for the help out, for give the interpretation of the intent of them clauses here, now the constitution, then tight-lipped. Because as a matter of fact, even the president, not to enroll for interpret within the constitution day, even parliament, because several times you hear parliamentarians then they interpret sections of the constitution and stuff. We're not to enroll at all. For interpretation of the constitution is supposed to be the responsibility of the Supreme Court. But we're then tight-lipped. So everybody they take and escoma himself look at the mess where he be do. Where he say the constitution again the right for fire somebody where they elect them together. A running mate. Where that person they get as equal right as him for be vice president. And look what happened. The foolish and sadly enough, the terrible Supreme Court rule in favor of that kind of nonsense thing. And even where the ECOWAS say, no, the interpretation of una law not call for that. Then twist them. So my brothers and sisters, and again, on the record, it completely wrong, the way how them behave to Madam First Lady. Completely wrong. Unconditionally, I condemn her. However, a reaction be too strong and it come through as disrespectful. My brother Alusai, where you they try for say, oh well, a justifiable for lay react. So no, the presidents don't come now. They be don't get decorum. The place be don't quiet. So we get no reason or justification for put earpiece. Because when the presidents they speak it quiet. So it's just like you Pekin. Tell me true. If you they talk to you Pekin, then you Pekin put a peace name, yes. You're not going to be furious? How you going to assess them? You not be disrespectful? You go say, oh, because whatever excuse you go give you, make you decide for put iPod or earpiece? No, my brother, but I will not condone then disrespect them day. But anyways, I want for talk about another thing I feel say a very important. Maybe let's talk about this, then I come now to the main topic, me fumble them. Two versions of the story. So the first version, we see this headline. Breaking news. Kidnapping victim rescued in Allentown after ransom demand. The not pay, don't let people don't know misunderstand this. But the people that we kidnap this lady, they ask for money. I go read them very quickly and then give you the reaction of the police. So breaking news, kidnapping victim rescued in Allentown after ransom demand. A young woman identified as Zainab was reportedly kidnapped yesterday. This actually now from yesterday the 20th. So yesterday, according to this, go be on. So today Thursday, yesterday went so on Tuesday. So a young woman identified as Zainab was reportedly kidnapped yesterday while on her way to work in Grassfield, Freetown. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of New Leon 10,000, where Old Leons will be 10 million Old Leons. Thanks to the swift action of the Sierra Leone police, Zainab was rescued and found tied up in Allentown, a community recently flagged for increased kidnapping activities. And it's very clear, saying kidnapping on the rampart now in that Allentown area. So now be careful, people. This follows a similar incident in July when a woman named Nasi Batu Koroma went missing and was later found tied up after her family received threats from kidnappers demanding a ransom. Authorities urge the public to exercise caution, especially when accepting free lifts at night. So we know it's in at the lift, like their free ride, say, oh, like you ride or something. Citizens are advised to stay vigilant, be aware of their surroundings, and avoid offers that seem convenient but may pose hidden risks. So that's not the story regarding this particular news, where they say breaking news. But the turn of events now, where I shall say, una self for frown upon this, because I don't see any reason for this particular reaction. Now this AGP, that's the Inspector General of Police. Sorry, that's not the wrong one. That's not another one. But the one way to that, in response to that particular story, they not this one. So what did he say, my brothers and sisters? And that's kind of, it bothered me somehow. Because when you look at it, you will want to ask yourself, well, then commend the police when the police rescue this lady. So why the IG all of a sudden for come out and say Sierra Leone police deny reports of alleged kidnapping video circulating online? So how therefore deny the story? And this is not the public notice where them put. Well, I kind of wonder what thing they up to. What thing warrant this? So according to the notice, the public notice, they say the attention of the Sierra Leone police has been drawn to a video circulated on social media alleging that a young girl has been kidnapped and that her abductor is demanding ransom for her release. So they acknowledge that. But the one we follow now, in my opinion, it's disturbing. They say the SLP, when the Sierra Leone police, wishes to inform the general public that, to date, no report of such an incident has been lodged at any of our police stations nationwide. No individual or group has formally reported that their relative or loved one has been kidnapped, as suggested in the said video. So now see how disturbing it be? So according to the article, the first one I read, it make it clear, say police then not even go rescue the lady. So if that's not the case, how in God's name the police go take now like U-turn and say the incident not be even happen safe in the first place? And then continue to say, nevertheless, the Sierra Leone police will not hesitate to update the public should any credible report or information regarding this matter be received. Members of the public are encouraged to provide any relevant information that may assist the police in maintaining peace, safety, and security across the country. So we fumble them. Yes, I know say them conclude nicely, but waiting at the reason for the police, not to just the video, the write-up say a police then go rescue this lady. We then tie them. So then conclude by saying the SLP therefore assures the public to remain calm and to go about their normal business without fear. Let us take a pause now, and I will come back immediately after this short break. I will come right back and continue the program. Una no go no side, una stay tuned, and I will come right back after this. In the heart of Sierra Leone, where dreams often struggle to find wings, one young man dared to hope. This is John Sitta. Born into a humble family where even putting food on the table was a daily challenge, education seemed like a distant dream.
Good afternoon and welcome to Voice of Salone Radio.
Good afternoon to the listeners.
Yeah, so what's your name?
My name is Ibrahim, sir. Ibrahim Pedal.
Ibrahim Pedal, what is
Kamara.
Kamara. You understand say everybody people come force in the whole country?
Yes, I'm a Pekin. Okay. Actually, they talk to you now, so we born me Pekin. Now, attire the cell. Now, empty attire the cell. I no gets. And launch na 10,000 a year every day. At times we meet up at the biggest one and when we eat, they can get 10,000. Not all the time. It is strain. At the constraint, at the up to 14 years, work no day.
John had a fire in his heart and brilliance in his mind. But brilliance without opportunity often fades into silence. His parents believed in him, but with an annual family income of less than $1,000, they couldn't afford to keep John in school. Then came the VOS Diaspora Helping Hands Scholarship Program, a beacon of hope for underprivileged, talented students like John.
Take the first position during my WAS examination.
And what are the mechanisms have you put in place for you to become first again for WAS?
I should be studying very hard and hardworking in class.
So what do you want to tell others that are unfortunate to come first in the Becker process?
Okay, my advice to my colleague students is that success do not come overnight. They have to study and get prepared for any task overhead.
All right, thank you very much. This is VOS, Voice of Salone Radio.
Today, John is not just a student. He's a leader, a mentor, and a beacon of hope for his community. With your support, VOS Diaspora Helping Hands empowers students like John from humble beginnings to reach for the stars. Together we can transform more lives. Together we can change the story. Join us today. Sponsor a dream. Shape the future. Scan the QR code to donate or visit our website at www.vosdiaspora.org. All right. Again, I want to say boku thank you to now all. Let me take a call and I will continue with the program. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who said they call you from, please. Go ahead.
Sierra Leone, they call from the US.
Thank you so much, Constance Sierra Leone. Go ahead, please. Waiting on you take on the program tonight, sir, please.
Yes, sir. I want for respectfully disagree with one caller. You know, we say talk about the PR system. We say, you know, now the best system that one day for we countries alone. You know, and that the PR system, they part of the constitution. I think say waiting people and they feel for realize. I know ever feel say people and they argue say the PR system, no, they part of the constitution. They part of the constitution. But however, I just believe say a provision now in the PR, now in the constitution, make with the PR system we get for do with the 1991 constitution, then they only allow that PR they for occur in certain circumstance, or certain situation, whereby we know the 1996 election, the first election after the war. We know say that one they happen because we know say there are certain places then they will be still under the control of the rebels them and all that stuff. Then they will not be hard to reach areas them. So now that one day be make you see them be use the PR system, and also even this 2023 election, right? The excuse where the government basically give, now the population data, the census way they make them very difficult, for the election, that time no day and all that stuff. Then but again, this standard can always be seen. Certain things the way people them or way politicians them, they condemn when it favor them. Nothing again where then they celebrate. I know say even the APC party now where they call so tower for this census, this PR system. If not themselves within a power, they want for use this PR system and for push very hard with them, and I bet you even the ruling government now, if not them be the opposition, so they not for allow this PR system, not so only for manipulate, the election for favor them, for get a lot of seats in a parliament. But the reason why make me feel to say this PR system is also not good for we country. We know the state of we country. We know how we country turn like. Even the countries then where then they compare Salone to we get PR system, then countries then they then get system. Not so like we country we not get system. We take today na struggle with the struggle. Even where we get this district block system also. We they find it difficult. So man like me, the outside maybe they for let you see you the one where they represent to na step in a parliament. It's not easy. Not of even talk of say okay we can engage the community and know waiting. They go on at the community, waiting the community need for let go advocate for win a parliament and all that stuff. Then they, you know what I mean. But then they push this PR system. Because they know say at the end of the day, it go favor them. Then go do whatever thing they go increase their seats and all that stuff. Then they now that make the but if you look at it thoroughly, not to a system this where they benefit the people. As I say, district block, not they benefits the people them. So man for let in parliamentary accept now work. Then the party they now then they give list, where it be say sometimes young community on day. Una not get parliamentary self. Sometimes the person where then give, for watch over now, in the only way for go, how that person they go know waiting they go on at that constituency, how we go know waiting the people they need. So for me, I not feel to say this PR system, in the favor with country. Honestly, even this where they want for the share waiting self now and all that stuff, then why they not be done do all that one day 2018 and all that stuff then they, because we know say when them vote for government, they carry with you own system, you get your manifesto and all that. If you go take people from opposition, can give them certain sensitive then can undermine your government because they take one for kind of power. So I not see any sense in that one day, honestly. Okay. But this PR system, they favor we can't, they favor the people. Now only the politicians they go favor, not so like before where the power then are the people. And now they don't pull the power from the people, they don't give to to party. Now the same thing and talk about say this PR system go favor small parties there. Look at the threshold. How many small parties we get now na parliament? But before we get C4C, we be get NGC na parliament. I go look at somebody when I independent candidate, I say, well, this person I trust in, I believe in them. Let's vote for them. I can vote for APC or SLPP, you know, when it comes to State House. But at the end of the day, we know they see none of them thing and they again. The very APC and SLPP, you know, don't dominate the parliament. So with democracy, when they try for preach. So this PR system, not they favor the country. So now that's not me take. I just go on for disagree with that they will call say PR system not the best for the country. Not to Salone. Salone not that system there for the PR.
I don't think it's saying at the best though. It just remind we say then at the Constitution, so we don't get any for about it.
I be feel say no more. If you say I be feel say no more. Is saying that the best for the country. We all know say the PR system it then at the Constitution. You know,
whether we like them or not, it then at the Constitution are part of the law, which is correct. So thank you very much.
That is true. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you.
Yes,
God bless. All right, Fambulem. Because I really want for go to the discussion, I will pause on the calls them for now because the calls they really plenty. So let I talk about. Let I read for now the Koidu holdings because I see a comment. Maybe let display that comment they force and let address them. By the way, I just want to recognize all the people that we don't join. I want to say boku thank you to una. Let just quickly zoom through and just sort of let I acknowledge you very quickly. I know see the comments that don't so plenty. Abbas Karim, thank you very much. And you say, may God Almighty bless President Bio and WEF. Amen. Because now President, and as I can always say on this platform, we need to pray for them and let God direct them on the right path. And now for say, Boku, thank you to Mary J. Thank you very much for the greeting. Yes, you did join me from the Golden State. Thank you. And one of my favorite person, Favor, thank you so much. And again, in the urge we all follow, we like, share, and subscribe. Please do not do that. And Sambo, thank you very much. In the make and clear and say in reside na Belgium and just follow we get better understanding. I reside in Tongeren, Belgium. The municipality or government wants to do similarly, but the opposition way to add Boglon with Tongeren. I shall say now they go understand them place then they to become strong economy and to reduce spending, and we have to go to referendum. Myself has to go to the polls and majority of the vote agreed both cities to be joined together. Now the new name is Tongeren. And again to this point, and most times it can make sense where you say, okay, you know what, for strength, like how we brother put them so, for like they're able, let them become stronger, for bring them together, for amalgamate them. Most times now so it can happen. Then division and they create more cost to the government because when you divide them, then you get, like I'll be asked before, saying if they get the amenities them for separate then communities here. Because then you forget community aid man for each place and plenty other things then we you get for divide now. And that they be a huge cost. And again, Salone not that the population at Salone not that huge for let we they continue for dice then place here about 8 million where you look one city now like of course we get placed in a year where you go say we call them census metropolitan area. Really huge. And one state in America, way more than the population of the whole country in Salone. So let we come out now abroad. Let we go Nigeria. Lagos alone. The population of Lagos. I go say maybe equivalent to 3-4 times the population of the entire country. But Lagos not so because of that, then break from the Federation of Nigeria and create their own place as a country. They not do that. They're still there under Nigeria. They under the same way how initially we be. But we not plenty. But the same political gimmick, we want for weaken the communities then they because of that whole kind of strategy where you divide them, then go weaker, and then easier for like conquer them. Now that's not what me say. Otherwise, I will come back to the reason we then give, where I go deep into it. So again, thank you so much for we brought on a Belgium, where it remind we of the example there. So now strengthen, then they think for strengthening community, not to like where they weaken them by reducing them, by dividing them further. And Sal Songo, thank you so much. You say Koidu Limited Sierra Leone threatens a 100 million. This is a case that has not been filed yet. It is just same as Fatima threatens them in the past. Nothing has come of it. Don't speculate what this could do to. Hey, my brother, I say several times. Now you positions them there where they say, oh well, it not happen it, let we not speculate, or let we wait, we get enough evidence for discuss things them. Regularly now you argument this. If we do that, then waiting and call proactive measures. We don't go ever able to do them. We go just react. And at that we don't see most African countries them they react to issues. So the people are not threatened. So we need for discussion, and I make us say, if that lawsuit they go through, they win that lawsuit they. So we get for think of the consequence now, and then prepare for it. So as good policy makers them, now the right approach that. So they need now forget a plan in place. Say, okay, well, if yes, we go put up resistance, good lawyers them. But if we lost the lawsuit, waiting will be the contingency. Waiting will be the plan B. And I make plenty time where people don't weigh the argument and everything, that they come to negotiation and say, you know what, instead of 1 million, forgive you 100 million of your damages, let we not push this further. We go concede and then give a fraction of it. But if you not talk about and say, okay, Lord, wait, stay, then do the filing and the tingo court or the arbitration and all that stuff, and then we react now, people I go don't be too late. And that's Boku time with the Sina Salone. We Boku of them contract them. Now after we don't bet win at the foot now, or we don't shoot ourselves at the foot, then we begin now say, okay, you know what? We need to oblige the contract. It happened. Several contracts them. Because again, governance now continuity. So whether now you be there with and sign the contract or not, for like you get good name and like other people and get the mind or the confidence for work with you, with Salone government, not just with SLPP government or APC government, but Salone government. We need for make sure say all the governments them where they go into contract, we thoroughly view them contracts then because then contracts then they can go beyond the current government we sign them. So if we say, you know what, okay, well, we not care and stuff, we will kind of power, we will revisit them contracts, then cancel them. No, it a give bad name. And that they show negatively on the country. So now make anything where they happen, where somebody don't threaten this, the need for begin look into it at once and see if it materialize. Waiting will be the risks and waiting will be we own approach for make sure say we deal with this in the less cost effective manner or the most cost effective manner and the less costly way. So my brother, that situation where you go say on a speculation, let us not speculate and stuff, then why we need forecast? Why we need for forecast say, okay, well, the revenue where the government they expect for next year, now this. So we tailor, we budget based on that revenue there. Why would they do that? Then they not to by the definition speculation, because we the forecast, you they speculate activities. My brother, let we stop for the play with words, yeah. But I don't notice severally now you approach this. Oh, Lord, we wait to get all the facts before we comment. No, it go don't be too late. Now react now will react to issues them instead of be proactive. We always be reactive, and we're not able most times where we don't dey in that situation there, we need to able for change any outcome. But when you be proactive, like this now, where they don't send the message, say, okay, this not the line of action. We can be, the government can be proactive for engage them. After we don't see all the evidence, if they see the evidence, then we then show then very strong, then the government can be proactive and then stop the lawsuit or the legal action because it's cheaper for do so. Anyways, again, thank you so much for your comment, sir. So I want to say plenty thank you to we sister, we I can always say no jealous Madam Bendu. Thank you very, very much. And we get plenty comments them. I know we will go through all, but I want to tell na boku thank you. But Songo say PR is legal law in Sierra Leone. First past the post is law of Sierra Leone. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommends PR type government. We can't ignore these facts. This is not a new. Well, again, and obviously anybody will deny you, but I think you didn't miss the point. You didn't miss the point of the argument, Naya. The PR, the past one, we see how they manipulate things. And again, anybody can challenge me. That 11.9% we then calculate as the threshold. Now, wrong math. Completely wrong with their use. And it even go against the Public Elections Act of 2022. Because the Public Elections Act of 2022, it showed the formula correctly. But what did they do? They use a completely different formula for disadvantage the potential of smaller parties, the potential of independence. That threshold is completely wrong. You need to able in that kind setting, a wrong for even get one threshold for the entire country. Because not to that system they forget one threshold for the entire country. Because when you make them and you statistically violate the law of math, we see. Because for example, now Kono, you get 10 seats allocated. So if you say the threshold for get a seat, now 11.9%, when you times them by 10, you don't get over 100% of the seat. So what you try for tell we? You try for tell we say you get some people them way, some seats then they way now where you get extraordinary, yeah, you go see them. So how you will get 110% of the seat. So you see, that simple example they tell you say that formula they wrong. Because it's supposed to be on there, you divide them by the number of seats. And then you get the percentage where each individual candidate forget. And as a matter of fact, the allocation back of the seat is wrong mathematically. and then do them deliberately for advantage the bigger parties them. Because how you go say 11.9% if a party gets, let's say, I just again I don't go back into the actual numbers, but let's say Nabo, for example, or I use Kono when a 10 seat, because na Kono, if I remember correctly, I think APC get 2 seats and SLPP get 8 seats. But when you look closely, SLPP now get 80% of the threshold. They not get them at all. So, but how they do them? They say if you not get, if a like let's say you get APC, you get SLPP, and you get the other smaller party. If the other party them or the individual they will run another province they not get 11.9%, automatically then they're out for consideration. So if a party get at least 11.9%, like the example, if let's say Kono APC get 9 point something percent, all the other one they get below 11.1%, 9%, we then say at the threshold, but SLPP get 22 point something percent. So according to the formula where they use, all the seats they go to SLPP. Una tell me too that that's not the interpretation of proportional representation? Absolutely not. So it still get a flavor of first past the post, where you suppose for say, okay, well, if SLPP get 50% of the seats in terms of proportion, and then all the other parties then get 50%, so the maximum seat where SLPP forgets now 5 seats out of that 10 day. Then you look now, say the one that will get closer to that 11 point whatever percent, you begin share the seats now accordingly. That's according to the proportion. But you not go say, oh, because of they not get 11.9% automatically, then they're out. That's wrong mathematically. And at that make we end up forget that wrong formula applied, where if you times the threshold by the number of seats, it way more than what's required. So all that, they fidget their mathematical thing and they shamefully. And then you kind of, they make, so the point what they make now is, first past the post is easier. And not get no manipulation, because when then content say this not the winner, winner take all. And yes, the stability of PR is because in we own case now, I just want to make this very clear, let people understand. And now that's make I want to bring this particular topic for making clear, where the Pujeon member MP Mariam Sombo urges adoption of PR system to empower women and promote gender equality. So you see, so it's say PR, they do that. Absolutely, yes, but it's misleading. Let us show now how we put her, we make her say it's misleading. Because it's nice for we understand then context here. So it go better make we understand how we go position, because this will not need for left hand to government. If he left to the government, like how they did the last time, then go just whitewash them. And then tell we what to IAE. Then we come to the implementation. They implement something where even contradicts the act as it be happen. Then do things where contradict the act. It's just surprising that the opposition not even see that as a bone of contention. And to me, dissatisfaction, even Young Keller, one way they record them, a complaint say, this 11.9% here, and why not do the simple math? And then question, say, okay, well, if 11.9% 9 a candidate required, and then we get 10 seats. So when you times 10 by 11.9, you don't get over 100% of the seat. And who side the extra come out now? And we know say where all the seats they occupied, it will be maximum 100% of the seats occupied. Enough will be 110%. And like the Western area where they get 16 seats. So when you times some by that 11.9, it way exceed the 100%. So that's very clear. And you don't need for be mathematical genius for let you know say it wrong. And I believe say a deliberate act because na simple math that one day for like they're able to become say the math not add up. And not statistically consistent. Because like let's say for example, the Western area where they allocate 16 seats. When you times them by 11.9%, you get about 190.4%. So how you go say they get 190% of the seat? It make any sense to now? Anyways, let me go to this article. Pujao MP Mariama Zumbu urges adoption of PR system to empower women and promote gender equality. Member of Parliament for Pujao District and Public Relations Officer of the Parliamentary Female Caucus, Mariama Zumbu, has emphasized the importance of the proportional representation electoral system in promoting gender equality within the government. Speaking passionately about the achievements made under the PR system, Zombo highlighted that it has facilitated a notable 30.4% representation of women in parliament, a significant milestone that she fears could be jeopardized if the country reverts to the first past the post. Let's drag them up a little bit. So the FPTP system. Zombo described the first past the post system as inherently patriarchal and male dominated, suggesting that it poses a threat to the progress made in women's political representation. And he continued, she argued that the current system has allowed the greater inclusivity and diversity in governance, which is essential for addressing the unique challenges faced by women in society. During our speech, Zombo called the stronger regulatory measures to protect and advance women's representation in politics. She asserted that without these safeguards, the gains achieved could easily be reversed, undermining the effort to achieve gender equality in governance. Her advocacy for the PR system has been classified as a growing recognition of the need for electoral reforms that support female participation in politics. Now, all waiting the right so, I go say, na thing way it a wish for, okay, na wish list. But let me can clear why I say it misleading. The PR system by itself, especially let's take Salone, the way how it happen, and no give no indication as to the increase in gender. So that's not a misleading statement. Say now the PR create that avenue for you get 30% of women in parliament. That's a misleading statement. Here is why I say that. The way how the PR they take Kono get 10 seats in parliament. So each party they give 10 candidates as the first list, and then get additional 10 candidates where go be the second list, and another additional 10 candidates will be the third list. So if SLPP, for example, then get 10, let's say then get all the seats, 100% of the seats, the first list, they get seat. So you get the second and third list where they we left. So if by then 10 people in there, one of them die, or the president give them position where they go left them seat. So the second list, the person where they force na that second list, automatically they get that seat there. So now he make that they talk about say is stable because a by-election now for necessary in that with that kind of arrangement there. So tell me, by then list then they how the guarantee they say we will get 30% of women them for being a parliament. So you see how we misleading? So yes, them pass legislation saying at least let them fight for that. But the bottom line is now the party then get for make that decision day, because now then they put up the list. Say the list of 10 people them where we they put say if SLPP get all 10 seats na kono, this them people are na this first list, they all they get seat. So it left to SLPP now for among them 10 people in there, then put 30%, maybe 3 out of the 10 will go be 30% and 7 be man. But also when they do that, guarantee no still they say it go be all the 3 women them go na parliament. Because if SLPP, the 10 list, because the list is there in hierarchic like a kind of where you go say by line, and I want to use hierarchy, but by line. Say if we get 1 seat, the person where they first na the list, now they get a seat there. If we win 2 seats, the first 2 people in the list, now then they get their seats then they. So now that line up there is there. So if by then 10 people and they will una they submit, you put 3 women. So yes, una satisfy the requirement. But if you put them 3 women and then at the bottom of the list, guess what? If now 7 seat SLBP win, all the people before the 3 women they wouldn't put last, and then they get a seat where it not go reflect this way they talk about equity or inclusivity. It not go reflect that. So again, una stop for the mislead people them. So it not automatic say we then do PR if for increase we automatically women them. No, it's still left to the party. Because again, if they say, because remember, when you don't send the list, you need to jump the person where they force na the list and go give the person back or no. You don't get that choice there. So now based on the list. So now he make people away there on the list, they know straight. Immediately they read the result, then go know say they don't get seat because they know them position within the list. So una they determine the position of the candidates them now the list. Una send them at the PPRC, and then the PPRC now get that. So where they say SLPP win this number of seats, automatically they know the people and we get for represent SLPP now that particular province there. So tell me. So now, again, this misleading information. Yes, PR system, they can get what they call quota system, where they go make them very clear. And they say now a different other one, but the one where Salone practice, now they explain so. So not to that Democrat, not to that PR calls for like 30%. No. So and all that are the part of the manipulation. Because not to something we get for be automatic. Not to say then go make the list blank and after we don't win the number of seats, then they begin a point. So okay, you go. No. The list is predetermined. And then when the election come out, then people and they then know so they win their seat right away. So the same thing again, where if anybody come out, then cable say, okay, where you go or something like that. So, and if they want jump somebody, the person get right for sue SLPP because now an opportunity then jump. So I just want to make that very clear. So now where you they talk about the PR, we don't necessarily need for going to PR for increase the representation of women. That first past the post where you say na man dominated. Then they say na myth. Which make us say na myth. The party they give symbol. And when they give symbol, you can run on behalf of the party. So if the party give plenty woman then symbol, especially in a stronghold, we increase the chances for letting woman then they win. The party get the tendency for balance that gender gap. So not to the PR system, even first past the post, we can still get more women representation if the party give more woman them symbol. Now, again, let we look at the practicality of it. Under President Bill, now in past this gender bill, we say at least 30% of women them forget seat. Now in past for be involved in governance. What happened recently where SLPP then do the convention on get 30% female representation within the new executive? I believe so the answer is no. And again, let I make this clear in passing. You know, sometimes we can say something, but we need to think deep into it. Now, let's take SLPP for example. Una they advocate, like this MP they advocate for like more women and get position. But look at what happen. Una get women's wing, but yet una no get men's wing. So that by itself don't paralyze una. There should be nothing like women's wing if una want for level the playing field. But when una accept women's wing, una don't give the man them edge over una. Because it's easier for them. So before you run for the national chairman, why you not go on for the women's wing chairperson? You see where una don't minimize una tendency, una probability, una chance for like una even be the national chairperson for SLPP as a whole, the entire country, instead of just focusing on the women. So una self accept that. Because after that gender argument, una for don't call for let them dissolve the women's wing. And una then for advocate, let women then self participate at the national level. More women then for the chairmanship. Let more women then challenge whoever go on for it. And then una even campaign on behalf of that particular law, we say 30%. Then they for be strengthening on an argument. But una allow for like the man then continue for indirectly divide una or take una away from the main governance of them party. So again, this is not just food for thought. Una not get, if una want for come na the equal table, una get for throw away that women's wing. Not enough for be anything like women's wing. Because you know you then say men's wing, so the men they assume say now then get the main play. Now then are the main player and then get the national stage. So una the woman them, una for be supportive role, una for them at the back half, so they don't give una own section. That's not part of the discrimination. Where una self-accept. So this, yes, PR, if the implementer fine, but it get for specifically say this go be the quota, and then get for make and clear saying you get certain seat where all the people them where the parties then they send for be women. Una make and clear. So let's say, for example, if they want increase the women seats them, that same example, SLPP, say they want forget 30%. And say, okay, you know what, Kono, want forget this. Then get forecast. Saying, okay, well, don't forecast, don't make the numbers them. We believe saying a Kono, we get higher chance forget, let's say, 8 seats na Kono. So for allow that representation, waiting they need for do, say, okay, well, let them put 3 women them as 1, 2, 3, the first candidates them, where if we win, then go get them seats then they, and then the balance then be men. So if even when I end up for get 3 seats, we go get 100% of the representatives them of SLPP na Kono go be women. And then una balance now with the other place them. But una get una strongholds them, like let's say Bo, where una be get very strong showing. Kenema una be get very strong showing. So it's easier for let the party able determine say, okay, well, if we they look for Bo like 13 seats, for example, let we make them seats then they this percentage for be women and whatnot. So it left to the party because now then get for decide. The PPRC then go just okay, this now we list. But we list we get 30% women. But the chance no be 100%. Say then 30% women and they go able get seat because of the ranking. So again, I just want for make and clear saying we MP in assertion is completely misleading. A really misleading. Because the law, yes, the law did. But it left to the party, and the party now dengue for make that decision day. So that same way, so where the party self they make decision under the first past the post, because now then they give symbol. If they not give symbol, you not go able to run under the party name. So if whether they give symbol, then target say we go give 30% of the symbol to women them. Especially now with strongholds, we increase the chances that the woman go win election at our area day. So then they go push the representation. So it all come to first past the post or the proportional representation because of now more of party, whether they call them district blocks or whatnot. But we know say, in fact, PR system, the party they're even stronger in terms of their influence. They even get stronger influence compared to first past the post. Because first past the post, if the community not let the person who wanna give symbol, then go vote for the opposition. It don't matter if not a stronghold. So the community per first past the post then get more saying compared to PR system. PR system, especially the one where we practice na Salone this past election, now the party then get more power. So in that case, because now the party get more power, you advocacy, you for push them to the party, not to the system at all. Because both system, now the party now responsible for push out candidates them. So whether not first past the post or PR system. So again, now this na my argument we make us say this kind explanation is very misleading. For say, oh, the just by itself, the system of first past the post, it encourage for layman and dominate. That's misleading. They nowhere we for say now man them no more forget symbol. They nowhere. Now both APC and SLPP constitution, if I remember correctly. So, but again, the governance system of them partia that then they determine who that they want for put before for represent them. I hope say that they clarify plenty of the things them we are the time for talk. Now yeah. So dear are big. We know they kind of spread and tear, say, oh, PR system is more inclusive and stuff. Look how they implement them. Then they again, I go rest my case. They implement them wrongly, they butcher the math and all that thing in there. Just for let them get the desired crookish outcome. And now, let's talk small about the second part where people, the likes of Alpha Khan, they go all over and say, okay, well, you know what? The first past the post, the PR system, one pushing out to the executive and all that. Like somebody say, now presidential system of governance, we the practice. So it means the president and the chief executive. And where it all win, the constitution give them the mandate for choose the people they will for work for. The ministers them and ambassadors them and all that. People them way they within the executive branch. So now, how you go make that executive representative of the country, either the party, either the political parties in power, or the regions, or the tribes, and all that. How you go do it? Because for say, okay, you pass an act of parliament, and then they sufficient? No, because act of parliament, another president go come and say, you know what? No, I don't agree with this. It can even challenge that. Because if we not amend the constitution, an act of parliament not able override within enshrined in the constitution. So we not get for make constitutional amendment and saying the president is obliged for do this. You not get that freedom for hire and fire anybody. It's supposed for by province, saying like the Western area, for example, they forget the Minister of Finance from the Western area in need for be part of the Constitution. But if you make act of parliament without amending the Constitution, that's going to be a problem. So that it make way people and they talk and stuff. And by the way, the example the way then they give, now there are other countries them. I just want for show on this. Unfortunately, it's sort of tiny. Let's see if I can able stretch a little bit now. Again, I want to try for see. It's sort of really small, but I be really want for show now. This, but una can zoom am. I go encourage you now follow una zoom am, my brothers and sisters. Please, una zoom am, and then let we try for read am. Now, the proportional representation in the executive branch, this now advanced countries them. Now, the advanced countries them, we take the first one, Switzerland. The electoral system for the legislature, because it's easier for they do proportional representation within the legislature. But in Switzerland, for the legislature, then get what they call National Council. How that relates to the executive, then get 7 members them, where collectively they refer to them as head of state. Then get seats were allocated to major parties roughly proportional to the strength of the parliament. And how they call that formula? They then get a formula where they call magic formula in Switzerland. And that formula, they since 1959, where they don't go by that arrangements day. And the type of arrangement is considered formal. And now the second example, like how we brought us in, Belgium. Now the parliament, when the representation, the house, the chamber of representatives, then they do am day. But in terms of the executive, so cabinet posts are divided proportionally among coalition parties along linguistic balance. And this is a mandate. So like how we get mandate Timni, Limba, Loko, Fula, Koanko and all that. So then say, okay, well, we forget each tribe forget a cabinet position. And they look now based on the proportion by tribe. Like we know say, the last time I check, I think Timni they now command the largest tribe, now Salone. Previously, now be the Mende them, but I think now the Timni them more than the Mendes. So then say, okay, well, the Timni, because of them Boku, they forget this number of cabinet seat. The same thing with the Mende, and then calm down. So that's now that kind of thing that they do now Belgium. So I they say all this, let una see and ask the question, how this will work na Salone. So for Belgium, then get part of it were formal and part of it informal. So the note now is constitution mandates language parity. Coalition arrangement allocate ministries proportional to seat share. So then they're very clear. So based on the proportion, now so you they get cabinet seat. So Netherlands, they get PR now the house. So cabinet formed via coalition negotiations. Ministries distributed proportionally to parties' parliamentary seats. So una they see how they draw the executive now. So then get some form of informal practical political practice. So this member then talk about negotiations, so now that informal aspect. So the note now is no constitutional rule. Proportionality is a norm to maintain cohesion. So that cohesion, that whether you call it inclusivity or stability, whatever it is. So, but not something where they expect, but not in the constitution at all. But they use the word negotiation and they use the word coalition. So then they, especially coalition, are key. Because you go form coalition if not get majority in a parliament, like how we see the last time we get the opportunity where APC, the people then vote majority of the APC folks them, but what do we do? The likes of the terrible parentarally say they do malpredy for change the wish of the people. So this for we be Dande 2018 for we be an opportunity without even proportional representation, but an opportunity for let President Bio form a coalition government because they want for let things then work with APC. But what they do? They manipulate the system. So in essence, now will they say, oh, one proportional representation, or we want for bring people, use cabinet positions in a proportional way and stuff. God be given the opportunity. Easy one. For let SLP before negotiate with APC and give APC some ministerial positions just for let the country go before. If they be do that, I bet you Salone for probably don't develop us so. Because so not for big see anything we're not in the interest of the people and the country for let them pass. Because if we be two checks and balance. But no, not do that. And now, after we don't finger we self na the eye, we say, oh well, not the best term this. After we President Bio see the opportunity not do am, but he use yuki for let able get absolute power, quote and unquote. And now they ready for assuming say they left parliament, they left office, and at the term he say, oh well, for share position with executive and stuff. But if the President will be really get that thoughts there. Another opportunity 2023, where APC be the alala and stuff like that. Give them cabinet positions. and again, sensitive positions. And somebody be say, well, how you go give people in position from their position so that not get the tendency for let them undermine you? Now part of the risks. Even where we they see them coalitions then are Europe. Now part of the risk. Where they want pass certain policy, but their position very strong. And say, well, if we not proceed with our policy there, we they bring the government down. We they pass a vote of no confidence in the government. So then they keep them going. So again, now part of the coalition and the keyword negotiation. We not sabi that na Salone. So how the likes them of Alpha Khan, they talk about, oh, then they go help President Bio, a visionary leader. No, if we don't get the opportunity, where it's very clear, if we don't be inclusive in government, if we don't be inclusive, include APC folks them, agbagba them into him cabinet. And this 2023, instead, look what it do. It continue for the undermine the tripartite agreement. I know say some of you are going for ask, okay, how we undermine? Like give a simple example. What did the tripartite say? It say you for set certain committee where they choose, where they go through process for choose the electoral officers, and then they shortlist after we don't do initial screening. They shortlist and send to you that list. They probably 3 names, and then you choose from them 3. Then they waiting President Bio do. They say, oh well, the Constitution gave the right, and people then say, oh yes, they're within the Constitution. So me now reforms would they try for do. Why you not take this opportunity for start the reforms? And this is not something where you need constitutional amendment for do. Because the Constitution say yes, the president now for choose the electoral commissioners. So yes, you still go get that ability there for that mandate there for do them, but the people and way they choose, then cannot go through because the Constitution say you for consolidate. So if then stakeholders then they now part of the team where you for consolidate, and then they part the committee. So you don't need again for say consult them, because now they give you a short list of candidates. So then they forbid all help. But what did they do? And even where the opposition say then go walk out because you not consult all the registered political parties and stuff, they not go into a fight, but you do them anyway. A kick against the thing where they try for build upon the reforms. And then when they tell me say the president in good faith want we proceed with proportional representation, we are simple as something like that. When I send me 3 names them, where I go choose from. Then you know very simple. If you not get any intention for make you key. Because all you need for do is for put people them where deserving of the position. But what do? You put somebody where you feel say he go scratch your back because you don't get a position. Because otherwise, waiting are the reason why they insist. So me fumble them again. La tap na ya, la no go way past this. It on 3 hour now. But again, me fumble them. Let we stop this proportional representation. Where we read them through, it gets for take good faith. For like people enjoy the benefit of it. But we all know in our Salone, both APC and SLPP, they do things them in good faith. And that undermine, whether they undermine them beautiful concepts here, and they make Salone the benefit. Instead, they just use the word and use the international argument, but we come at the implementation, we get Salone implementation. And then you go get the surrogates them, we go come na social media and elsewhere, we go say, well, Salone a sovereign state. We not get for Duam to the letter. But yet we take the concept. And then where he reach for the implementation, we say we get Salone version. When are the cookish version, the corrupt version, and we get PhD on. So me family la tap na ya, but again I want for just end quick with Koidu Holdings, because I be tell una say I go show una this. According to Thomas Dixon, it's an international legal battle awaits Sierra Leone as at Koidu Limited Sierra Leone threatens an action at an arbitration court in UK, citing breach of clauses 4.2 and 14.1 by way of supporting First Lady Bio and an action encouraging civil unrest for which the company suffered damages of over 100 million. At Koidu Limited Sierra Leone said that they have appointed a negotiator, Mishcon de Ria LLP, to negotiate with the government of Sierra Leone on behalf of the company. So again, now we found that we brought out they say, oh, now not they speculate and stuff. Again, na negotiation. So the government need now for be proactive and say, okay, let engage them in that negotiation day and try to understand all them position and then make a deal with them. But the fact of the matter is, if all said and done, whether they make a deal of 1 million or stuff, the point where they make now saying the First Lady na intriga the civil unrest will create this damage to the company. So that's not fact according to them. Now that's then say. So my brother, way you they talk about, oh well, we know for rush into speculating and all that. So before that, at this the former workers then say, like Chris and small, even though it go blurry, but I go try for read them. Public statements by the former employees of Koidu Limited on the legal position in the pending matters before the High Court of Sierra Leone, titled Amara Rogers and 849 others versus Koidu Limited, dated the 19th day of August 2025, for immediate release. So I read now within the Senaya. Our attention has been drawn to a public statement from Koidu Limited dated the 18th day of August 2025, informing the public that it has engaged the services of Mishcon de Ria LLP in London to commence negotiations with the government of Sierra Leone for alleged breaches of its mining lease agreement and other legal issues surrounding its operations in Sierra Leone. We wish to make it abundantly clear, again, when I get this, so the former employees, then they say this, we wish to make it abundantly clear that this was an industrial relation issue between the employees and Koidu Limited, which has nothing to do with the government of Sierra Leone and is not a party to the legal proceedings we have instituted against Koidu Limited, as they have not applied to the High Court to be added as a party. The government did not in any way encourage us to institute the said actions, nor are they in any way supporting us in our proceedings. Accordingly, the government of Sierra Leone has no authority to negotiate on behalf of the former employees of Koidu Limited. All negotiations concerning us must be conducted exclusively through our solicitors. So then continue for say, we, the former employees of Koidu Limited, have instituted legal proceedings before the High Court of Sierra Leone in our capacity as former employees, seeking a total claim of 49,085,149 US dollars. So 49,885,147 United States dollars and 63 cents across both actions plus interest and damages. In the matter before the court, the High Court, we have asked the court to hear the determined to hear and determine two fundamental questions. So this are the questions that we then pose to the court. One, whether Koidu Limited can unilaterally determine and fix the exchange rate of the United States dollar in Sierra Leone, contrary to the Bank of Sierra Leone Act number 5 of 2019 as amended. Two, whether employees who resigned from Koidu Limited a month prior to the en masse dismissal are entitled to their end of service benefits pursuant to the Employment Act number 15 of 2023. In addition to these claims, we have instructed our solicitors to pursue further claims of human rights violations in regional and international form against Koidu Limited. We further note that the proceedings have already resulted in injunctive relief granted by the High Court of Sierra Leone, freezing all physical and financial assets of Koidu Limited. We will continue to keep the general public updated as proceedings unfold. So me fumble them again. It look like there are two different cases now in a technical sense. Yes, the former employees then they try for defend. I go say, even though they not make them explicitly, but it appear like say that they try for defend the First Lady. But within Koidu Holdings, from the little where I know, where I read, Koidu Holdings, then they say they sue the government because the government breach, according to Dixonaya, section 4.1, clauses 4.2 and 14.1. They support where they support the First Lady in action. So now slightly two different things than I am. Because the employees then they say, oh well, Koidu Holdings, they talk for negotiate. They ask the government in a way for negotiate on their behalf. But not to that are they read Naya. Because waiting Koidu Holdings then they try for do Naya is they try for tell the government saying because they don't say anything for stop Fatima Bio or in a way then support Fatima Bio for like a go ahead and cause quote and unquote the unrest where the employees then make the protest and then say disrupt activities, and as a result of that they loss, and the losses were then put all together now about $100 million. So they negotiate now with the government saying, okay, well, this not the damage we wanna cause. So whatever the negotiation be, but this not the damage we wanna cause. So to me, it's slightly different. So Koidu Holdings, from your understanding, reading this, not to ask that they ask the government for negotiate on behalf of the former workers them. Not to that they do. Because the former workers them, the public notice, it come across like say Koidu Holdings, they ask for negotiate on their behalf. And not to that Koidu Holdings, Koidu Limited, from waiting I read, they ask for. They ask the government now for, in a way, look into the damages where Fatima Bio in presence now by the issue don't cause them. So that's not two different things. So I just want for Brian Cam, but I still maintain that's the question. Fatima Bio, now assets to the country or a liability? So I know say my brother Lusain take a stab at it, but you know tell me specifically what Fatima Bio don't do for that country they we consider an asset. You know tell me that. Because all the thing the way they do, in my understanding, it's like na insefi they promote. Plenty of the organizations them and all that na insefi they promote. Because I go give an example. The unsuffer girls, they even make emergency, state of emergency for rape and all that. But we don't see cases them. Where high profile person them like Sandy. The president, nor the first lady, nor ever speak publicly about that issue there. And to me, when they advocate for fight for Pekin and the high profile case then you supposed to go after. And then they do two things. You they discourage the powerful people in our society for take advantage of them picking them, and also you they encourage picking them for speak up. So you get two effects now, and all positive. Because when you discourage them, agbagba them, not for they take advantage of people picking them, then they go minimize the rape situation them. And then when you encourage them picking them for bold enough and lay complain because they know say you get strong organization or people them where they behind them, now the government they behind them for fight for them, then go speak up. And when you know say if I touch this picking, he go call police, and if he go to police, probably I go jail for 15 years or whatever then charge you for, you go afraid. Because again, I make them place here. You find out, say, them thing and they not they happen very often. Because people and they remember the consequence. And consequences they discourage people them. And at that I not see them do. So again, I go sort of tap there, and just in passing, I want for one people them of the one that we feel say this now all trick na the book. But yet, you get people that still where they allow scammers them, forget them. And what thing are they talk about? Are they talk about this story where fake herbalist disappears after collecting over 200,000, when are 200 old leons from Magbegba. Residents. I'm sorry if I mispronounce the name of the place. What happened? Then people there, then give this herbalist, the herbalist go na them place, then village, and say they go double the money. So plenty of them now, would that they gain business money, would that the money way for help pay for in Pekin school fees or even videos, then take all their money, then they over 200 million old leons. Give this man. And then the man end up for disappear. So now all trick na the book. Where we will be the grow up. So people then say then get magic, give them money, they double them for you and stuff like that. We all know sin a scam. But for like in 2025, people then still they fall for the scam here. It's just unbelievable. Oh, by the way, I just decided for left this with una. And the last one where I go left with una, because I will say I go also bring them to una attention. Now this story about the civil society leader Thomas Moore Conteh, where he say President Bio no meet the public expectations. Now just about 1 minute and 16 seconds. Let we listen to them, and then I will come for wrap up. Thank you.
Waiting Sierra Leoneans then vote for versus waiting don't be delivered by this administration is so great. People are not impressed with what is happening currently or for the past 7 years. We believe, say, a party or a government ready for succeed for be united in itself. A house divided in itself cannot stand. It got tendency for erode service delivery greatly. It gets tendency for even undermine investor confidence. When the ruling party presents a picture that it is divided in itself, they are fighting each other, particularly top guns within the party, to the point that the kind of public, they abuse themselves, try for drag themselves and molest themselves. Credible investors then go begin to say, Italy the center is no longer holding. We need to hold back. Me will get me money, me billions, me trillions. I can't have such a country where I know see even the party in governance they in squabble. What will be the effects of any kind of situation on investment?
All right, Fambulem, I want to say boku boku tenki, and we will pick up on next week because I know say this it just begin, but we will pick up on the PR system because I want to go deep into other people and commentary and all that. So I go show una the tripartite aspect, the recommendation, and then point to waiting they float around in terms of President Bio in recommendation. And I go pull the part of the speech where we talk about that. But it's very clear. And another example where I go push to una for just let una get better understanding of my position here. It's all about the faith, the good faith of this whole argument. But President Bio get another opportunity for sure, APC specifically, saying they do say all this thing in good faith. Look how we treat NGC. Then go a whole party. We get boku other people, not to just Yumkela. But what they do? Then convince only Yumkela. And go C4C. Then convince the leader. And the feature of them parties, then they in the balance. So clearly, the possibility for C4C and NGC rise to the way how they be there during that 2018 election is very slim. And a deliberate act for them go able get this kind of power for pass almost every policy where they want. So tell me, given the examples then they, given how another erode trust, given the current tripartite implementation, how people then go trust you? Because again, it's just sad for here say President Bio do conflict resolution. I take a couple of courses at school and even while they work, so they don't send me several place them for go seminar, attend short course them on conflict resolution and stuff. One thing where I go when a key takeaway for me, per negotiation. If you want to let the relationship last, whenever you negotiate, you for always negotiate in a situation whereby the two party them, it will be a win-win for all two the parties them. So what does that mean? It means say the position where you come with to the negotiation, you forgo back either with that position there or better than the position we be all. So you not lost anything. But if you then negotiate and then you say, okay, well, you know what? A get for be waiting and call zero-sum game, meaning you forget loser and winner. If that person after we don't sit down and realize, you know what, this person I be trust him, but because of a sweet mouth or because of a twist, some side technicality, it make a loss, big one by this deal or this negotiation. Tell me to where you get intention for that outcome day, for let the other party lose. You they erode the trust. That trust where that person get, where una they come to that negotiation, where he believes say you go negotiate in good faith and everybody go come out better off, at least not worse off. Or the same, at least the same way as they be going to the negotiation, but not worse than where they be going to the negotiation. And at that, President Bio they do. And all the negotiation that we don't do with APC. Exactly that. A try for let him get more end of the stick. And then you say them for trust you. Now you want come with good face and say, no, not trust me no more. This it go benefit you as well. No, you don't break that trust. So as a result, no matter how you try for sell this, it might be a good idea, but you don't erode the trust, not just on for APC. You don't damage the trust even with the public. The public not trust you. Say you did do this in good faith. And worst of it all, waiting I go say you don't talk loud. Like where they say think aloud. Where you say SLPP go be the first party where go win third consecutive elections in modern democracy in a Salone. So automatically you don't preempt. If you they come and say, you know what, everybody go better off. Nobody not go worse off. And besides, I want to remind una, my brothers and sisters, una member where Ernest Koroma be still considered, they say in a part, na the party chairman or something like that, we then say chairman for life. Waiting Bio say, it say Ernest Koroma, if supposed for pull on per politics, if you want for remain a good statesman. Otherwise, then go come and throw all kind dirty panam, figuratively. Then go even disgrace them, molest them, and stuff like that. Then talk them publicly. So let we take that same medicine day for treat President Bio. This way, where it happens, say, if you they go, now go you they go so. Why you for actively involved in SLPP retaining power? Why? Why you not just think of a statesmanship and say, I want left the country in a peaceful way and make sure, say, it be in the interest of the country. And you allow the people them where they take over for do waiting then supposed for do for gain that victory for during the next election. But when you don't begin say, oh, you vow, say yes, SLPP go win again, it go be the third time. So clearly you don't indicate to people and say, you go play active role. And now then role then they play so right now. And yet, where you turn calm, you tell the next person, say, if you not pull on per politics, you una go disgrace them. Not to one time, not to two times, severally una don't say that. You and Jules Jallo and the SLPP folks them. So President Bio, you don't go eat your cake and get them back. You say you they're against that. But yet now you the champion, so you they try for do all kind way for rig the system, put people in the way you go use as tool, now the strategic areas them. Otherwise, waiting at the incentive for let you rush and choose a electoral commissioner now. Why you not go through the process? We're not going to take forever. You set up the committee where that committee they go begin, they look at candidates them and send for you shortlisted names. And then you choose from that. Then they for be strengthening your legacy. And then they for probably repair the trust issue where people can get with you. But look what you they do. You they carry go back to that system will not be woke. And then you say you want for the betterment of the country. You want for polish your image. Or you want for polish your legacy. No, you know they get them both ways. So Fambulem, I go left Fanaya and I for tell una boku tenki where una don't stay with me. And again, may God bless una with una family and all the presenters in our VOS where they give their all and contribute to this beautiful country where we call Mama Salone in our own little way. And for say boku tenki. And my brothers and sisters, dear, then discussions here. Let we not they use so much of emotions. Let we use logic where they argue their points here. If we not do that, then politicians here then go continue for carry that country backwards. Because a left to we no small for like we able for show people and we're not too known as Salone the right thing. So let we be honest with ourselves, and when we make the argument, let we make them convincing, not to for distract the next person where they try for make a strong argument because you feel say they talk against your party. No, Lord put Salone first. If your party not in the right direction, please speak up, because it take una the insiders them for make a meaningful change. Otherwise, other party come, so now that time day you feel say you for speak up, it go be too late. We don't see so much damages, So dear, let we try for prevent that. And again, let God bless you all with our family, the politicians them as we can. I say, okay, always say na yeah. We don't need for swear them. If we swear them, it will reflect on the country because now they're responsible for policy. And because now they're responsible for policy, waiting yet for happen, the country will continue for deteriorate because they not get sound mind for make better policy and move the country go before. So that make we need for pray for them, let God change them so they will put the country first ahead of their own personal interest. Until Thursday, but first let I encourage you now say Sunday, Saturday, we don't get program. The Saturday program by God's grace we go resume am sometime in September and I go make una know for my program. But we get with Sunday program we will come from we will come to na this station, but it will be on Sunday 4 p.m. Salone Eastern Standard Time, meaning New York time, and Salone time will be 8 p.m. and UK time will be 9 p.m. where lawyer Shilon and Mr. Mengot are going to encourage you to follow on tune in and una give them the support as una can always give me, even though it don't late usa una day, but I truly appreciate una way una they join me and let we talk about things them where they push we country go before. I not take una support for granted, but I just want to express so much pleasure for like una stick around and I see the numbers them very stable. Una stick around for over 3 hours and not be intent for even go past 2.5 hours. But because I want to cover all the topics them way I say I will cover and I hope say I will cover them. And again, let God bless the one and only country where we call Mama Salone. So on behalf of the entire VOS network, Fambulem again, this na Abdul Karim Kagbo way na una yon pikin, una yon brother, una yon uncle, una yon nephew. Until Thursday, we go see una back. Again, me na Abdul Karim Kagbo. They say, una tata. Let God bless una all.